be a Sprout, and I think it has a lot of potential to dominate here.
I absolutely agree, and I think particularly versus Gale or Bo, but I think also it's kind of a big risk considering that Tufa is going to be breaking open walls pretty effectively. I mean, there's a little bit of debate as to which gadget is he actually running here as well. I mean, obviously, no Bo Totem Cheese strat coming along here, but still, some players have been running Tripwire now as a pretty viable strategy. It's also maybe going to be more effective to break open walls, which would be quite good versus Crew. Really going out on a limb with that one, it's not very popular. We'll have to see what P.E.K.K.A has to offer. He hasn't dropped down a totem just yet. Maybe it'll be to take some damage from Tensai. So far, on the mid matchup though, Tensai's playing very, very patient. P.E.K.K.A's taking big damage. There's the blue star going the way of ZETA Division 0, and they're getting away safely.
Yeah, a lot of damage onto those Chasmac players, but no kills just yet. Blue star giving the lead to ZETA Division 0. A Chappie gets the kill, but gets taken out, and a follow-up from Tensai, taking down Fire Crow, and Kuru locking out P.E.K.K.A from accessing the rest of the map. Has to walk all the way around. A jump pad from Fire Crow, not quite gonna result in anything besides forcing him back.
Kuru also baiting out some of these mines. P.E.K.K.A just looking for anything he possibly can at mid. Tensai is still staying alive here, gradually backing up, just kind of baiting P.E.K.K.A into that defense. Kuru, meanwhile, is looking for something tricky versus Fire Crow. It's a difficult matchup for Fire Crow as well because he lacks the range. There's the kill as well. I mean, just filthy. That is a matchup at dip, a brawler dip on that lane. And ZETA 0 continue their domination in this game with 45 on the clock.
Yeah, so far the Gale has been struggling, and I already addressed my doubts regarding that brawler pick here. Let's see if he can redeem himself. Perhaps his mines are going to be placed down. First one defused already by Kuru, as he's still looking for different angles, and that is going to be a couple more walls out of the picture, meaning Kuru will struggle just a little bit more on the left-hand side, but so far he's really just been having a fantastic Sprout game, as Tensai is rather low HP, but still up. P.E.K.K.A gets reset on the heal as well. The mute onto Fire Crow, and a Chappie. He on the one, but can he stay up? It's looking good for ZETA Division 0 as they get a dominant win here for the first game of Bounty.
One of the strongest modes for ZETA Division 0 and the single weakest mode for Chasmac Gaming BR. And I think it's absolutely showing here a very clear-cut game here and a great way for ZETA Division 0 to change the momentum, switch things around, and try not to get swept 3-0. I don't think that was really a possibility to begin with, but hey, Chasmac Gaming BR, they surprised us all by taking the first 2 sets. They're still only 1 game away from heading on to a match point. They gotta take this one if they want to get there, and already they've gotten so aggressive off the beginning of the game, and they've been punished pretty much not at all. Tufa's gonna be picking up that blue star quite easily, and now they aim to continue the aggression. Oh, well, yeah, a little reverse to jump pad there. Not maybe what yeah, what's going on here, Teddy?
Yeah, I think you realize that that was just a gadget that just, you know, is not going to be all that useful. It's going to use it to get out of there. Kuru walls off access to that lane anyways. A nice connection from Tensai here to find the first kill, and Chasmac, they no longer have the lead that picking up the blue star gave them. 2-5 trying to force things open on the left side. Not sure what he's hoping to achieve here, although he does take it up into the air. Kuru is low, but no overcommitment from 2-5. Fire Crow jumps in and gets punished for it. Kuru is ready, shuts him down, and things are not looking half bad for ZETA here.
not even half bad at all. ZETA Division 0 are looking quite clean, and they have those supers on right.
Trying to force things open on the left side, not sure.
As the silence, if P.E.K.K.A even thinks about pushing in, there's the clean kill on the guy with the full clip to finish him off. Meanwhile, Fire Crow, he continues to have some issues on this lane versus Kuru. He's simply outmatched here, and he's going to try and get that super for free with P.E.K.K.A. A little jump pad action as well, but Tufa falls once more. With only 20 seconds left, Chasmac Gaming BR can afford nothing less than a team wipe if they want to bring it back.
Yeah, that is gonna need maybe a miracle or even more than that, as I don't see it happening at this point. 5 seconds left. Fire Crow pushing in a stun onto a Chappie, but even he lives. Tufa is gonna fly away, and look from up there how ZETA Division 0 turn things around and take the set of Bounty. What a way to turn things around as well. That was a dominant set, and that should be bringing back the momentum towards the Japanese side of things.
Some sighs, some smiles, some signs of relief, a little bit of crowd pleasing as well from the side of ZETA Zero as they get the cheers going as well. They are in for the revenge tour after those first couple of sets. And in a dominant way too, not a single kill on the side of Chazmac Gaming BR throughout that, but I think we could say that Chazmac Gaming BR offered a similarly dominant performance when it came to Brawl Ball, which was their more dominant mode as well. The stats, they don't often lie. This is one of those situations.
As well from the side of ZETA Zero as they get the cheers
Chazmac Gaming BR
going as well.
By the next
they are
set,
in for the revenge tour
ZETA Zero,
after those
they're
first
looking
couple.
clean on a track record to get back into their usual form.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll see it on the stats in just a second, but I don't know if you guys at home realized, if you guys kept track of the stars and the kills, but look at them. There's one. I'm saying the kills, it's the kill singular on the side of Chazmac Gaming BR, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys again. I think that kill pick was a huge mistake. I'm assuming they wanted to prevent, you know, maybe a Daryl or something over aggressive to show up on the final pick for ZETA Division Zero, but it didn't show up, and that leaves you open with a guild that has zero good matchups, that is not good in Bounty, that is not good against any of those brawlers, and for me was just a massive mispick, or at least whatever strategy they had in mind was far from working. They still have a set here to reset and maybe get that 3-1, still cause a massive upset, but after that, if we go to set 5, I mean, that would be really dangerous for Chazmac, and I would start really siding heavily towards ZETA Division Zero taking the whole match.
Oh, totally. I mean, it would also be a complete spectacle to watch, which we always root for out here. We always want to see more Brawl Stars gracing our screens. And Ring of Fire, it's one of those maps where I've said it once and I'll say it again. I feel like every team has a horror story on this map. It seems to always come down to this map towards the end, and it could be the end of ZETA Division Zero if they don't play their cards carefully. First pick coming in for Chazmac Gaming BR very, very soon here in a matter of seconds. And that means also that ZETA Division Zero can afford the last pick. Max, it wasn't banned out, and Chazmac Gaming BR are going for it right off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a brawl that you want to leave open for ZETA Division Zero, is it? First pick Max for Chazmac. Just reading out the bans quickly as well. It's going to be Penny as well as Meg and Crow on the side of ZETA. Chazmac are going to be banning out Poco, Lola, and Lou. Good bans all around. I do feel like Max was one of those bigger openings. I think potentially his 2 could be a way to address it, or rather match that same sort of high mobility brawler. Bam is an option as well. Not one I particularly love, but one that has functioned quite all right in the past, and they'll match it with the Ruffs, which I do think is quite a decent pairing. Get them buffed up, and then suddenly that Pam is going nowhere, really, and trying to camp down in that zone. I don't mind the comp from ZETA so far. I'm really curious, though, to see what Chazmac have in mind, because they've been so fun to watch when it comes to their comps.
Well, they have to do something to deal with the refs. Otherwise, those sandbags are going to be pretty irritating to deal with, especially when a Chompy has a lot of health pool to offer. Not just being, you know, Pam, right, and having the thickness and having a whole lot of health to offer, but also having that healing station down, which everyone can crowd around and, you know, gather around the campfire and have some fun. Here comes Tufa, though, with the squeak pick, and that's going to be nice for locking down a lane or perhaps a main entry point into mid. It's going to lose a lot of value once Tensai breaks open that wall, the sort of block that's on the left side, and it can simply be walked around. So as long as they're careful about giving that super to him too early, then they can get tremendous value with Squeak in particular, and all around just a pretty good brawler in general. When we come to the last pick, though, they gotta find something that combos well with the Max and also can deal with the Pam, because the Pam is gonna be ready with that scrap sucker anytime they even think about pushing in. And there's the Otis. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
I like it. I think maybe Rico could also have been an option, as Tensai could potentially over-aggress the lanes on the side. It is a bit of an odd map, right? You can go very stacked towards the middle. You can have 2 players mid, one on one of the lanes, whether it's more defensive or offensive. There's a lot of different possibilities when it comes to Ring of Fire, and I'm curious to see how they will deal with that refs when it comes to the actual game. As we have the final pick coming in for ZETA Division Zero, it is...
Zero. 2 zeros.
Oh,
in fact.
oh,
Two
there's
segs.
two.
Well, I mean, Zeta Division 0, right? They love their zeros, I suppose.
It's
Okay,
Griff.
there it is. Griff, we were talking about this one earlier. We love the guy, and he's pretty good at mid. He's great at denying some aggressive charges in, just keeping you completely on the edge of his range because he has a lot of health to offer, and he has a lot of damage to offer too. I like this strategy from Zeta 0. They just got to make sure that they get those supers out early and get them out often too.
Yeah, a bit more snowball on the side of Zeta Division 0, but a longer setup time. Because, you know, getting that healing station or dishing out those streaks to buff up your teammates is going to take a little bit of time. And as you can see already in the early game, that means Chasmac have the advantage. They have a lot of supers, though. Chappie has one of his own. Let's see how he decides to utilize that. I think he already opened up the walls on the left side earlier, or that was probably the Griff, actually. Pekka getting out of the zone at last, but not before granting Chasmac a 37 early lead.
Tufa on the right side, also trying to block things out versus Kuru. He does get a couple of taps here, also has a super to offer as well. Almost gets Kuru there, though. He's all sped up. Good victory as well by Pekka. A choppy falls. Chasmac Gaming BR, they refuse to leave this point. Tensai is trying to do whatever he can, but with the walls broken open on the left side, sure, it meant that Squeak had a lot less value, but Squeak has just adapted. Moved over to the right side, but now Kuru pushes in tremendous value. He's going to be just a few coins away from that next super to continue pushing things back. There's no doubt in my mind. 1 health left. What? The survival from Firecrow. He goes down shortly after, but the survival is certainly impressive. Chasmac Gaming BR, they try to retaliate, but Zeta Division 0 wipe him out, and they got that mid control back.
Yeah, it looked like Chasmac were getting away with this one. That match point was imminent, but Zeta Division 0 are catching up. A couple percent behind now, about to overtake them. Tufa going for a super. He does get the connection up to Tensai. That should be some free damage, but good teamwork from Zeta Division 0 to distract that from happening, as Chasmac are trying their best to really get that foothold in the mid. It's a couple percentages in their favor. Pekka was a phase shifter. Chappie gets muted, goes down. Kuru in a 1v1 now as he gets a kill. He's low HP, and the connection from Tufa has a super. It is still the lead for Zeta Division 0, but it's so incredibly close.
It's a war of attrition. Whoever dies first is dead forever, and you just got to keep on slugging away at those enemies because they are charging in with health all the time, endlessly. Quick takedown of that super and a silence on Kuru, but it doesn't stop the guy. Tensai refuses to leave this point. He's going to have to be removed with force, but Tufa, Pekka, Firecrow, they don't want to take the risk here. Tensai, a choppy Kuru, they just keep on popping in and out of that. Here comes the supply drop as well for Tensai. A kill onto Firecrow. It's not looking good for Chasmac Gaming BR. In fact, it might all end here. There's the game victory for Zeta Division 0. No match point for you.
Wow. 2 sets lead. That's what Chasmac managed to build up until now. We are a game away from being all tied up, from going all the way to the 5th and final set for the first time in these World Finals 22. Let's find out if Zeta Division 0 can do it, or if Chasmac Gaming get to match point.
Mid area blocked off. Attempt from a choppy to clear things out, but it's not going to be super successful. This is the early game victory for Chasmac Gaming BR. They have things cleared out by... Wow, never mind. Here comes Kuru, changing things out. A little wall break as well. Tensai and Achapi quickly flipped the script and now are quickly approaching that percentage and now eclipsing what's been captured so far by Chasmac Gaming BR.
Back up, has speed, gonna pump it solo. Achapi getting that buff out, gets picked up, but eventually, I mean, yeah, that is gonna be a nice kill for Tufa to pick up, make sure that buff is out of the picture as well. Tensai taking a decent bit of damage and has to reposition after that gadget from Tufa is gonna be slowing down that left-hand side of the zone. A little bit of a lead still for Zeta, but not a massive one, and good mid presence from Chasmac now as well as Tufa goes for a super connection up to Achapi. That should be a free kill. Pekka just swoops by and finds a nice flank now to take down the healing station, get some big damage onto Tensai, and a chance for Chasmac to start catching up again.
But Kuru refuses to leave this back left corner. Firecrow's trying to contend him on his own. It's going to be difficult. Firecrow goes down. Tensai assumes the domination at mid as well. The guy just refuses to die. Pekka and Tufa can try all they wish, but it won't be enough. A Choppy also falls to Tufa, and the tree is left stranded on the ground way further than Zeta Zero can reach at the moment. But Chasmac Gaming BR are still on the back foot as well. Kuru gets a kill once again on Firecrow. He will go down to the super, and a quick dispelling there by Pekka. But along the way, Zeta Division Zero have gotten so much capture, and they're getting past that area of no return.
Set 5 is so close now. But let's see, because Chasmac, they're not giving up just yet. They want to keep every inch of an advantage that they've built up in the last half an hour. Tensai gonna get tagged up again. That healing station not gonna last for very long. Zeta Division Zero, they are dangerously close to the finish line here. See if they can make it happen. As Chasmac are catching up, but slowly. There's only 40 seconds left on the clock as well. Kuru gets muted. He's gonna go. Oh, never mind. Not quite down. The heal comes just in time to keep him up. This is a chance here for Zeta Division Zero. They find a kill. It's traded out. Tensai is low. Connection onto Kuru as well, but it's enough for Zeta Division Zero to tie things up and push things all the way to set 5.
Reverse sweep from Zeta Division Zero could be coming in. The first 2 sets went confidently the way of
Wow, never mind. Here comes Kuru. Changing things out. A little wall break as well. Tensai and Choppy quickly flip the script and now are quickly approaching that percentage and now eclipsing what's been captured so far by Chasmac Gaming VR.
You can't help but wonder just a little bit because how clear cut things have been in the
I
last
saw
couple
their
of sets.
faces at the end of the second set. I can tell you that was not
gets picked up, but eventually, I mean, yeah, that is going to be a nice skill for Tufa to pick up, make sure that buff is out of the picture as well. Tensai taking a decent bit of damage and has to reposition after that gadget from Tufa is going to be slowing down that left-hand side of the zone. A little bit of a lead still for Zeta, but not a massive one. And quick mid-pressure for Chasmac now as well as Tufa goes for super connection up to Choppy. That should be a free kill, but just swoops by and finds a nice flank now to take down the healing station and some big damage onto Tensai and a chance for Chasmac to start catching up.
Kuru refuses to leave this back left corner. Firecrow's trying to contend around his own. It's going to be difficult. Firecrow goes down. Tensai assumes the domination at mid as well. The guy just refuses to die. Pekka and Tufa can try all they wish, but it won't be enough. A Choppy also falls to Tufa, and the tree is left stranded on the ground, way further than Zeta Zero can reach the moment. But Chasmac Gaming VR goes back foot as well. Kuru gets a kill once again on Firecrow. He will go down to the super and a quick dispelling there by Pekka. But along the way, the Zeta Division Zero have gotten so much capture, and they're getting past that area in the no return.
Set 5 is so close now on both sides. Let's see a single set Chasmac. They're not giving up this yet. They want to keep every inch of an advantage that's built up in the last half an hour. Tensai, they get tagged up again. That healing station is going to last for very long. Zeta Division Zero, they are dangerously close to the finish line here. Under pressure as Pro can make it happen. Chasmac Gaming are catching up, but slowly. There's only 40 seconds left on the clock as well. Kuru gets muted. He's going to... Oh, never mind. Not quite down. The heal comes just in time to keep him up. This is a chance here for Zeta Division Zero. They find a kill. It's traded out. Tensai for connection to Kuru as well, but it's enough for Zeta Division Zero to tie things up and push things all the way to set 5.
Reverse sweep from Zeta Division Zero could be coming in. The first 2 sets went handling the lead. A solid sign. Here comes Kuru. Look at the changing things out. A little wall break as well. Tensai and Choppy quickly flip the script, and now they're catching that percentage, and now eclipsing what's been captured so far by Chasmac Gaming VR. But also can't help but wonder just a little bit.
I saw their faces at the end of the second set.
gets picked up, but eventually, I mean, that is going to be a nice skill for two fans to pick up, make sure that Zap is out of the picture as well. Then so they can keep these damage and extra reposition. Just flash damage from two fans. He's going to be slowing the game and letting himself. A little bit of a lead state for Zeta. The massive one equipment pressure on Chasmat now as well. Two fans for Zero.
Choppy versus the world. Continues to push and rock the match. Dodging out the shot, going to win, but not versus Becca. The pitch comes through. It's a Choppy versus the world.
Choppy goes down to Becca. Becca wins as well. Available for Jumbo. So, as they are facing that match for He's going down and not give it up for Zeta. Fight all the way. Oh my God, he grew up like a lead to the left side. And Tensai gets the right. And we are all the right hand side. Will make that a big line. You go around. Just for Tensai Vision Zero to play the victory here and now. Making a VR. Complete opposite direction. Jump shots on the right side. That's a position as well. Continuously outraged. Has a super athletic on over there. Wow, Zeta. Beautiful stuff from Chaz. Oh my God. They grabs like the left side. Takes out in the right. And we are at the ultimate match. That he could try with that two remains for Zeta Division Zero. To play the victory here and now. Hashtag GameBR. The Braves went in the opposite direction. Hashtag GameBR right now. They're just playing with their mood and Choppy fighting for his life. But it was Choppy from the moment he was locked in 1v3. And the last thing that many people expected here is Choppy with double match point with that decide whether 85% go home right target. Tim's going to send the remain victorious. That should be a double match coming in as well. Chad giving beyond right now. They're just playing with their mood and Choppy's fighting for his life. But it was Choppy from the moment he was locked in a 1v3. It's a double 3v3 incoming. And the last thing that so many people expected here. It happens. Always up together every single time. Now with double match, we'll have to decide so 85% go home right. Just one from production. That would be a dramatic way to end the series.
It sure would be a dramatic way to end the series. And double match the point as well for something like this to happen. It's just crazy. The pressure continues to build in. He's getting iced here. Who is getting sort of drawn out the most something along those lines. What happens is always stuff together every single time. We'll have to shoot some of those rematches. Don't have a confirmation just yet from production. So I'm just assuming so far. But that would be a dramatic way to end the series. It sure would be a dramatic way to end the series. That double match point as well for something like this to happen is just crazy. The pressure continues to build in. You know, who's getting iced here? Who is getting sort of their nerves drawn out the most possible? Who's the most confident going into this match? All questions that we don't have the answer to. And also, we're still trying to figure out what exactly is going on. However, rest assured, we're going to be heading back into that match very, very soon here. I have a lot of expectations, though. We saw consistent good gameplay, I think, from both teams there. I think a lot of it also came down to specific lane matchups and when the walls were broken open to give any particular team the advantage.
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming one of the players' device just crashed or stopped working. It happened to me when we were rehearsing and trying out the devices, so I can relate. It felt bad, you know, it felt bad, but I can't imagine how it feels for them now, as that was some good momentum for Chazmac, bringing it back to all the way to double match point. The crowd has been going nuts, supporting both teams a fair amount, impressed by Chazmac's performance, honestly, and also a lot of Zeta fans all around. I mean, it's East Asia has been the region that everyone has had their eyes on this year, and obviously the reason is both Zeta teams.
And can you really blame him, though? Because Zeta Division Zero has two world champion players. Both Tensai and Choppy are residing on this roster. They are immortalized in Brawl Stars history. In the Rise Up to the Top song, we hear Choppy on the roughs as well, Tensai on the max, let's go, and all of that fun stuff. But, I mean, we haven't gotten to see too much of the max from the guys. I think it's just, a little bit too intimidating. Everyone knows that you got to ban max or you got to pick max versus these dudes. And I think that also speaks volumes proves about just how much respect they command when they load into a game. You don't let them get particular brawlers. They have a reputation that precedes them, and it's absolutely deserved. They are going to double match point. Either team is one game away from taking the victory and heading on to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, we are watching some replays right now, guys. Don't get overexcited just yet. We'll keep you guys up to date with everything that's happening, but I mean, for obvious reasons, everyone behind the scenes is making sure that everyone can compete on a fair footing with no problems on the technical side, so that we can have that final game we deserve and determine who between ZETA Division 0 and Chessmet Gaming BR will be making it to the quarterfinals and who goes home. Again, both teams have had incredible results in the past. ZETA Division 0, no need to even mention all the way to their achievements. I'll still do it. World champions of 2021. So yeah, the expectations are there. Two of their players, as you mentioned, it's Tensai and Chappie that were world champions just last year. But on the side of CMG, they also have two players that made it to top 4 last year. I think they even made it to top 4 in 2020 as well, but that goes way back. Still, incredibly experienced teams, teams that have achieved a lot as well, and yet one of them is going home top 16 today. One of them is moving on to the quarters. Wow, the pressure is up.
The pressure is on, and there's a whole lot at stake as well, simply because an entire year's worth of effort could be laid to rest right here. And now, after all of these games, it's come down to a single game. And in knockout, it's going to come down to a single round. Your death is going to be permanent.
I heard some information from production. Don't want to cut you down, but you'll want to hear this. We are going back into the final game, double match point. It's going to be same everything, right? Same brawlers, same draft. Just that final game is going to be replayed as they were not able to play it through. Wow. I mean, again, just want to say it one more time. How much is on the line here for both teams? They've grinded through in and throughout this 2022 season in their home regions. ZETA Division 0, that was East Asia for CMG, Brazil, obviously, South America, so Latin South. A lot of expectations on both sides, and the fans at home from both of those regions are going to be biting their nails, as right now CMGBR are the last representatives of LATAM South, the final hope for LATAM, and they've made them proud, we know that for sure. But can they actually make it happen? Can they take down ZETA Division 0, or is ZETA gonna full-on reverse sweep them? Wow, what a storyline, Ready.
Dude, at this point, the nerves are getting to me too. Like, I'm feeling the second-hand nerves as well, because it has been going on. How long has it been since we have had a double match point that is extended over probably like 10 minutes now? The pressure has to be mounting. Who is able to deal with it the best? It's no longer a game of adaptation. It is a game of
I think one of the big challenges when you have such a sort of technical issue
calm yourself down,
final set
not let the pressure get to you, not let the nerves, the huge crowd that we have at this venue get to you either. It's going to be a tough one for both sides.
Absolutely so. This entire match has been a tough one for both sides. We've had some really one-sided games, some more one-sided sets too, but then some incredible brawl and close games. And so far, this final set seems to be the closest one as well. I think one of the big challenges when you have such a sort of technical issue in the final set as well at double match point is who has enough ice in their veins, who can keep their calm and get back in that situation with the momentum they had earlier, with the mood, with the concentration that they had, because now it's been a couple of minutes and both teams are, you know, their tongues are gonna be getting a little bit colder and their minds might not be quite as fresh, but they only got one shot, they only got one game, and we are jumping in. ZETA Division 0 versus Chessmet Gaming BR, the final game.
It's all come to a head here. Deaths could be permanent. And Firecrow is already setting his sights on one target in particular. Tensai, he's gonna get pitched really hard. No, never mind. Down goes Pekka. Firecrow's going for it. Unfortunately, trips up. That gets her on the side. Down goes Firecrow too. Kura goes for it. An amazing bounce play. And Tufa falls. Round 1 goes to ZETA 0.
The trick shot from Kuru connects, and now we have ZETA Division 0 again on the verge of taking this match. Chessmet, they fought valiantly in the previous game to take it back and bring it to double match point. A homemade recipe connects onto it. Chappy, quite low HP, but able to reset and heal back up. Tensai, a bit lonely in the mid, but does always have that super to get straight into the air and back to safety if need be. This is intense because Chasmac have no map control whatsoever. Can they find some sort of a pinch, some sort of relief here? As right now, ZETA are looking devastating.
Choppy has a super as well that he can use. P.E.K.K.A and Firecrow are both on low health, not really anywhere to go. Tensai's going for it. P.E.K.K.A is taking so much damage, a kill and a two-fight. P.E.K.K.A, ZETA Division 0, they're headed on to the quarterfinals.
They have done it. ZETA Division 0 knock out CMGBR as they will be moving forward to the quarterfinals and remove the final chance here for LATAM South to redeem themselves. Got it. You can see it from their faces, how much passion goes into it. And you gotta feel for them. You gotta feel for them because that was an incredible performance from Chasmac. Wow, I'm still at a loss of words, honestly, because that's one of the best performances we have seen from them ever. And it's in a round of 16 that knocks them out of the running for those World Finals 2022. But huge respect to them. ZETA, man, all the way until the end. You can never count them out. And that is not only the first match that goes all the way to set 5, not only the first match that goes all the way to double match point, it's the full first reverse sweep of the World Finals 22. And what other team to do it than ZETA Division 0?
ZETA Division 0 and their sister team, they're now locked in those quarterfinals, facing versus both of the Chasmac sister teams too. A valiant effort that was posed yesterday, but a seriously impressive one that completely blew us away from Chasmac Gaming BR here. Just amazing stuff from this team. In fact, both of them as well, but only one victor can head on into the next round, unfortunately. And it means that the hopes of LATAM South, for now, are laid to rest.
Yeah, it's gonna have to wait for you know, the World Finals 2023. Unfortunately for LATAM South, as all of their representatives have been sent home. Don't worry, they're still in Paris having fun, enjoying Disneyland, hanging out with all the homies from the other teams, but they're not going to be competing anymore. And it's sad. We've pretty much always had a LATAM South team make it quite far into our World Finals bracket, but this year it's not quite going to be the case. Wow, what a start of the day already. Just in case you guys missed it, Tribe Gaming EU 3-0 Zest. But honestly, Zest, they played fantastic. That was the performance of the year from Zest. But yet, Tribe Gaming EU, they managed to reverse sweep 2 sets in a row. And in the end, they took that match quite nicely. For ZETA Division 0 versus Chasmac Gaming Brazil, that was the closest match yet at the World Finals. If you look upwards in the bracket, mostly trios and 3-1 and 1-3-1. That 3-2 there, that was one stacked match and one we didn't really see coming. Most people, I mean, you guys at home said 85% said ZETA Division 0 will take it. Well, I mean, I'm sad for the 15% of you that saw the potential of Chasmac, but you guys can still be very, very proud of your prediction as well, because you pretty much got it right. They were so close to make it happen.
2 matches done already, 2 to come very, very soon. It has been an exhilarating day through and through, but we're only halfway through. We're going to be going to a quick break, and we'll come back with the next 2 matches in day 2 of the Brawl Stars World Finals.
The 2022 Brawl Stars World Finals are back, ladies and gentlemen. Pardon us for that. It's an insane day of games so far. We're glad to be back here. Myself, Mitch Leslie, here, joined by Ark. That last match definitely not going the way we expected it to. Really impressed to see the moxie, the pluckiness of that Chasmac Gaming VR team. But sadly, they fall just short.
It was so exciting, wasn't it? I mean, it really, really was. Chasmac Gaming VR coming out swinging and showing us that no one in this competition is
the 2022. Let's have a look back at the bracket review and see how we got to where we are now. There's still two World Finals are back, ladies and gentlemen. Pardon us for that. Today, insane day of games so far. You take down glad to be back here. Myself, Mitch Leslie, here, joined by Ark. Between ZETA Division
that last
0
match
definitely not going the way we expected it to. Really impressed to see the moxie, the pluckiness of the Chasmac Gaming VR right up team. Sadly, NA going just short. Navi.
It was so exciting, wasn't it? I mean, it really, really was. Chasmac Gaming VR coming out swinging and showing us that no one in this competition is invincible. They are very, very closely matched. There's a lot of support for Navi as well.
Where we are now, there's still two more games left in this round of 16. Today, first up, of course, again, now we've been looking ahead, of course, at our predictions. Absolute barn burner between ZETA quarterfinal matchups. Now, we've been pretty Brazil, so incredible our predictions. We almost getting forget, but there's more of those in store for 6. Coming right up is his next one. This is NA going up against Navi, and then Teddy being the lone dissident, and you can kind of see where he's coming from. We are dealing with Navi last year's grand finalists coming in.
They are very, very closely matched. There's a lot of support for Navi as well.
They had a slow start this year, right? They got folded into that EMEA region a little bit later on, but they made up for lost time pretty quickly. I mean, again, now we've been looking ahead, of
Navi
course,
have got
at our predictions
finals experience
towards our potential quarterfinal matchups. Now, we've been pretty safe so far with our predictions, almost getting completely boomed in that match number 6.
It was
but his next one is where we tend to disagree. Teddy being the lone dissident, and you can kind of see where he's coming from. We are dealing with, in Navi, last year's grand finalists coming in second place runner-up, really impressive
and
team,
reminding themselves
and they had a slow start this year, right? They got folded into that EMEA region a little bit later on, but they made up for lost time pretty quickly.
Exactly that.
Especially teams like Vatra Gaming turning up. This Tribe team losing to Obey Alliance of all teams
in terms of a land setting,
the most recent sort of quarterfinals. Definitely an upset loss for them, and they're starting to realise, hang about, the rest of the field here is really competitive in North America. We spent much of yesterday talking about Vatra Gaming because of how insane they've been over the second part of the season, and it's getting stronger and stronger. Tribe
and reminding themselves who they are.
Yeah, again, look, we start to see a lot more parity become established in the North America and Latin North
the last
region,
couple of results,
especially teams like Vatra Gaming turning up. This Tribe team losing to Obey Alliance of all teams, and of course for a team like Tribe NA, their land experience is basically unparalleled. These guys have been around the block quite a few times, and they're here to run it back in North America. So let's head down to the stage yesterday talking about Vatra Gaming because of how insane they've been over the second part of the season. NA's getting stronger and stronger.
Il y a une très très bonne ambiance. Je suis au milieu des supporters de Tribe, donc on va devoir la faire en anglais. C'est un petit peu obligé. Hold on, you guys. This is good vibes right here. The Tribe Gaming crowd is absolutely insane. I have no idea if you guys can hear me. But you know what? I think it's time to say welcome.
For a team like Tribe NA, their land experience is basically unparalleled. These guys have been around the block quite a few times, and they're here to run it back once more. So let's head down to the stage. Bring them out.
Really have proved themselves to be the powerhouse of the North America.
Et oui, on est au milieu de la scène. Il y a une très très bonne ambiance. Je suis au milieu de supporters de Tribe, donc on va devoir la faire en anglais. C'est un petit peu obligé. For all of you guys, this is good vibes right here. The Tribe Gaming crowd is absolutely insane. I have no idea if you guys can hear me. But you know what? I think it's time to say welcome their colleagues from Europe won earlier. It's time to welcome the kings of NA, Tribe Gaming!
And are no strangers to the World Finals. Looking to make it third game in NA to get their hands really have proved themselves to be
some harsh lessons learned recently by your March, May, July and August NA and Latin North monthly champions Tribe NA has started to realise that in order to stay afloat, in order to stay ahead of the pack, they had to come up with something different. Ez Livy really infusing this team with some youth and more vivacity. But let's now get ready to meet Tribe's
65 points earned throughout the year. They towered over their rivals. And on no
Et on est
strangers
toujours là,
to
on
the
a
World
ramené, on ne
Finals.
peut pas avoir que
Looking
du
to make
tribe, on l'a refait en anglais, we couldn't have any
to get
tribe,
their
right? We need
hands
some
on
Navi fans
that BSC
to welcome
trophy.
one
Some
of the big
harsh
teams as
lessons
well. That's
learned
going to be a
recently
massive
by your
one.
March,
Massive
May,
noise,
July
massive
and
noise
August
for
NA Latino
Navi!
monthly champions Tribe NA have started to realise that in order to stay afloat, in order to stay ahead of the pack, they had to come up with something different. It's going to be really infusing this team with some youth and more diversity.
For some
Let's now get ready to meet Tribe's opponents.
Cubic, Angel Boy, and Alex have a fan following.
Et on est toujours là, on a ramené, on ne peut pas avoir que du tribe, on l'a refait en anglais, we couldn't have any tribe, right? We need some Navi fans to
2021
welcome
World
one
Finals.
of the big teams
They
as well.
made
That's going to
the
be a
grand
massive
final.
one. Massive
For
noise,
Bell,
massive
just short
noise for
ZETA
Navi!
Nonetheless, being within an arm's reach of gold only serves to add fuel to the competition. And through constant growth than others in this year's competition, the Covenant they make up for some lost time.
Vincera means born
MMA,
to win in
Cubic,
Latin, and this team
Angel
has
Boy,
been
and
on
Alex
the rise.
have a fan
Two
following
second place
to move
finishes in the September
mountains.
and October monthly
Hold a
finals.
reputation
Yes, they
to
started a little
match.
bit late over in the EMEA region.
2021
but they turned up
World
with a bang.
Finals.
Previously, just
They made
dominating that
the grand
ECA
final.
region, right?
For
But like
Bell,
Navi,
just
head and
short.
shoulders above the rest.
Division.
Didn't have the competition.
Nonetheless,
These big fish
being within
jumped
an
into an
arm's
even
reach
bigger
of gold
pond,
only
and they
serves
still
to add
stay
fuel
afloat. That's
to the
what you
fire.
love to see.
And
And they're here to show
constant
the
growth
world
in this year's
EMEA
competition.
reigns supreme.
The Covenant exactly. I love to watch
Natus
constant
Vincera means
progression
born
in
to
any
win
competition.
in
And that's
Latin,
what
and this
Navi
team
have
has
really
been
demonstrated.
on the
You know,
rise.
they came in a bit late,
Two
but
second
that
place
didn't deter
finishes
them.
in the
The
September
results in
and
those
October
early
monthly
finals
finals.
weren't great.
Yes, they started a little bit late over in the EMEA region, but they turned up with the bang. Previously, just dominating that ECA region. Felt like Navi head and shoulders above the rest. They didn't have the competition, but these big fish jumped into an even bigger pond, and they still stay afloat. That's what you love to see. And they're here to show the world. Special moment for this Navi team who had to attend the World Finals last year remotely. Right? The lights, the action, the crowd, the energy was something that was foreign to them in that occasion, and they performed really well.
The results
Now the
in those
question
early
is,
monthly finals
what happens when we
weren't
plonk
great.
you in the middle of the maelstrom that is our Disneyland Paris World Finals? That's the question. A lot of fans behind this Navi team, and they're really
they still made it
not to like.
consistently there.
They're sort of antics in the post-game. We see them on camera all the
Their
time,
mindset
especially sort of shutting out SK Gaming in that Special moment for this Navi team who had to attend the World Finals last year remotely, and they kind of shut them out. The action, the crowd, the energy was something that was foreign to them in that occasion, because they've definitely been on really well. Now the question is, I really do think it's less about plonk you in the middle of the maelstrom that is our Disneyland Paris World Finals. Rising tide. That's the question. Lifts all ships. You better hope the Tribe team, they're really got their floaties on, not to like. They're sort of antics in the post-game. We see them on camera all the time.
Losing in that
Especially
semi-final
shutting out
to
SK Gaming in the October
2-3
final. They won
again in
3-2.
October,
SK were put
losing
in a
the
position where they had to
quarterfinals,
try and
it
reverse
started
sweep,
to
and they
dwindle
kind
down,
of
but
shut
then
them
again,
out.
they had
On Tribe's side of
first
things,
team in the region
I do
to
want to see what
qualify
they've been
for the
working on
World
here, because they've
Finals.
definitely been on
afford
shaky
things
ground.
a little bit
I
easier.
really do
For
think it's
Navi,
less
it was
about
a constant
them
battle
falling
all
off,
the way
but
until the
more
end.
about the rest of the
And the
region,
draft now,
you know,
coming
moving
in.
up. And that's what they
Let's
say.
see,
A rising
Hyperband,
tide
Bonnie Band,
lifts
and
all
Colette
ships.
on the
You
side
better
of
hope the
Tribe
Tribe
Gaming
Gaming have got their floaties on.
the bridge too far. Yeah, it was, a tough September. And Tribe Gaming NA losing in that semi-finals to Bashor.
Darryl
That
can do
2-3
kind of map
again
right
in
earlier on.
October.
If you leave him
Losing
alone
the
with your safe,
quarterfinals,
it's going to be
it
blown to
started to
smithereens.
dwindle down,
Recalling
but then
Rotator
again,
is
they
ridiculous.
had
It's sort
been
of
the
working
first team in
that
the region
down,
to
and it's very, very
qualify for
scary.
the World
If it's going to
Finals.
charge
They can
more of
afford
those
to
supers
take
up.
things a
Teams
little
will
bit
have to
easier.
1v2
For
that
Navi,
Darryl,
it
give
was
up the
a
mid lane and
constant
just sort of try and
battle all the way
collapse the
until
side
the
lane
end.
to answer
And the
that
draft
threat.
now
So
coming
pretty
in.
prescient selection to
Bonnie
ban
Band,
here,
and
and Carl
Colette
also.
on the
Navi
side of
don't
Tribe
want
Gaming
any of
NA.
these shenanigans. This team is really aggressive. They have some really
coming in.
takes
Carl,
on the metagame and sort of what to draft. It's what sort of makes this extra exciting. We saw what Darryl can do on this kind of map stage earlier on. That's a rarity for this team. You're safe, it's going to be blown to smithereens. Recalling Rotator is ridiculous. It's sort of working that down and very, very scary. If it's going to charge more of those supers up, teams will have to 1v2 that Darryl, give up the mid lane and just sort of try and collapse the side lane to answer that threat. So pretty prescient selection to ban here, and Carl also. Navi don't want any of these shenanigans. This team is really aggressive. They have some really wacky takes on the metagame and sort of what to draft. It's what sort of makes this extra exciting. And MMA is up there on the stage. That's a rarity for this team.
Game, no doubt about it. It's going to make a difference when it comes to the draft. First next game coming in Tribe. I love 8-bit on this map. I think in range also could have some great value despite that Darryl being banned. Gear rolling in as well. Still going to pack a punch. Extra credit to come in. That's going to allow for some interesting dynamics within that mid. Being able to break everything open
careful. They're
Eve
low
there
fire rate
as
of
well,
sharpshooters makes it hard
coming
for them
in
to
on
deal
the
with
side
those
of Tribe. They're going to utilise a lot of their
definitely something
manoeuvrability
worth
on this map. There's a
considering.
lot of
Provide a
water
lot of
in which
pressure,
Eve can
and on a
get
map like Bridge
a
too
lot of
far,
value
very
from
easy to
her
hatch those,
natural
right? Throw that back behind you,
abilities
keep it
on
safe,
this
and then
particular map.
set up
But
in a big
it's
way.
going to be a long-range
8-bit
game,
is
no doubt
crucial.
about
You
it.
can make those forays forward, right? Maybe go overextend. You could say a little bit, get that safe pressure and then back up. Lola getting locked in next.
Maybe even have a damage gear rolling in as well. Navi is one that they have gone to time and time again, and it is going to have a great deal of area spray, and
actually quite powerful.
there's always
Their
something
low fire rate
to
of
have
sharpshooters
on
makes
the
it hard
left
for
or
them to deal
right-hand
with those
side
sort of
lane. They
baby
can
moves that
really
start to
scout
run
those
at you.
bushes
So that's
for you.
definitely something worth considering. Provides a lot of pressure. And on a map like Bridge too far, very easy to hatch those, right? Throw that back behind you, keep it safe, and then set up in a big way. 8-bit is crucial. You can make those forays forward, right? Maybe go overextend, you could say a little bit, get that safe pressure, and then back up.
Here's the
Lola
thing
getting
about
locked in
Colt.
next.
It can get some tremendous taps. But you've got to time and time again, and that is going to have a great deal of area spray, and very difficult. There's always something make sure those have on the left or right hand side lane that can really scout those bushes for you.
Your brawlers with high speed. These lanes are really quite confined. So if you're just firing straight down the lane, it can be pretty hard to avoid the brunt of this damage. Because there's like an environmental
huge
Bell getting locked in here, probably not a huge surprise.
Coming in,
nice pick against Lola, right?
A draw for Navi, but here's the thing about Colt.
Lola,
it can
get bouncing back and forth, get extra damage, and also able to pressure.
But you've got to land those shots, and that is where Tribe Gaming NA, and that's why I'm kind of surprised that Navi went with the Colt, because more often than not, when you see a Lola drafted, the follow-up is normally the counter to it. It may have helped them out a little bit, and Tribe have got themselves in a
straight
good
down the
spot.
lane,
The thing about
pretty hard
8-bit
to
though
avoid the
is the
brunt of
fact
this
that
damage.
in terms of maneuverability, much slower. Therefore, Colt shots can
Bell
land
getting locked in
far
here,
more
probably not a
effectively.
huge surprise.
So
Also,
it's nice to get those turrets coming in really quickly.
What do you make of this double lane on the
left
left-hand
hand
side
side
for
for
Navi? Get the shot bouncing back and forth, get extra damage, and
Now the
also
Belgians
able
are
to pressure.
starting to ricochet between the two. I think they're going to start to second guess it. And that's why I'm kind of surprised that Navi went with the Colt, because more often than not, when you see a Lola drafted, the follow-up is normally the counter to it. It may have helped them out a little bit, and
That is
Tribe
bizarre.
have got themselves
Rocket
in a
Lace
good
is used
spot.
to go across
The
the
thing about
lane and
8-bit
try and
though is the
fight
fact
an
that
8-bit
in terms of
up close and personal.
maneuverability, much
The guy's
slower.
hefty.
Therefore, Colt shots can
You
land
can't do
far
that
more
against an
effectively.
8-bit.
So Zulan is going to have to get those turrets coming in really quick.
What do you make of this double lane on the left-hand side for
Double
Navi?
right-hand side lane takedown was beautiful there for Tribe. Ricochet between the two. I think they're going to start to second guess it. For Zulan, once again, coming in with some great damage on his own. MMA jumping through, straight to the shot of Zulan. He gets taken down and now on damage gear.
Good
Plus
pressure from
extra
that left-hand
credits
side lane
onto
at
the
the start of the
side.
round now.
bizarre. Rocket Lace is used to go across the lane and try and fight an 8-bit up close and personal.
Down the middle.
The guy's
Here's
hefty.
times able to keep a little bit of
You
space,
can't
but
do
now
that
safe.
against
He's
an
pretty
8-bit.
darn low.
You can't.
Emily under pressure
Now
once more
MMA
as Livy
being
starts
marked up
to
in the mid.
posture forward. Here comes
double
Tyrant
right-hand
and
side
Colt.
lane
And
takedown was
Zulan
beautiful
doesn't care
there
about
for
giving
Tribe.
up his
As
life.
Livy
Tons
can't
of
wipe by the
damage.
shot on MMA.
14% on the
Zulan
save.
once again coming in with some great damage and look at the advance here. It's going to be a tough right-hand side lane, but Angel Boy goes low. Great takedown there from Miss Livy, and he's getting the shots on point. Tyrant
catching something. Let's see if it's a nasty plot or a goose egg. Shot down the middle here. Time's able to keep a little bit of space, a little bit about safety. Pretty darn low. Emily under pressure once more as Livy starts to posture forward. Here comes Tyrant and Colt. And Zulan doesn't care about giving up his life. Tons of damage. Coming in here again, a lot of pressure on him to deliver that same brand that we saw the last year.
It's going to be a tough start for Navi, but Angel Boy goes low. Great takedown there from Miss Livy, and he's getting the shots on point. A little bit Tyrant about comes in, that and it's early game done. approach. The first game goes the way of Tyrant does win their lane, 45 HP to his name. Great stuff
We
from him.
foreshadowed this a little bit about Navi, right? Some of their drafts and some of their executions.
My word, Tyrant, that was
And we just don't see much of MMA. Very much starting to become pretty vulnerable. Tyrant really laying claim towards the mirror again. A lot of pressure on him to deliver that same brand. Eventually will fall down to the incendiary field. MMA has to use rocket laces to get away, but as Livy is pressuring this right-hand side, Cubic tries to stand up to Zulan, and the pressure is decent, but reinforcements are on the way.
Just keeping Navi in the lane, 45 HP to his name. The shots will ricochet though between him, but Angel Boy in the save. The Shook on top of that, continuing to do just that. The sprayed out from Cubic is connecting onto Zulan, and Zulan is shooting for his life. He does go down now. Can Navi get out of this spawn and start towards the part of this damage?
Love that little jump from him. Eventually will fall down to the incendiary field. MMA has to use rocket laces to get away, but as Livy is pressuring this right-hand side, Cubic tries to stand up to Zulan, and the pressure is decent, but MMA takes a salvo. He's so low. And now Tyrant's trying to guess where he is. He guesses right.
The shots will ricochet though between beautiful stuff. Honestly, Angel Boy and the Safe are looking like they continuing to have so much synergy right now. Cubic is connecting up to Zulan every now and again. The streak for his life. He does go down now. But when they do, Navi gets out of this spawn and start to return some of this damage. Focus his attention onto the Safe. We haven't really seen much from Navi in this round. That's a concern.
Navi begin to smell that blood in the water. Everything he wants in this middle part of the map right now. Power to keep pressuring down. Even may take the salvo. He's so low. But still, he's able to make the trade respond. Cubic going to get pressure from the backside. It's to waste a couple
beautiful
shots.
Stuff. Honestly,
drives as they pressure down.
Like they just have
another
so much
from
Zula right now. They're picking up the pieces every now and again.
Cubic Navi in the push, but when they do, here comes Zula posturing aggressively. It's 27 and counting on the Safe. The Tyrant stand wants to split Safe.
We haven't really seen much Navi in this round. That's the Incendiary, but he
Tyrant is getting everything he wants in this middle part of the map right now.
Nonetheless, though, I think the Tribe have done enough for now, and Navi with no time really, except
he's able to make the trade respond. Cubic going to get pressure from the backside.
Tribe Gaming, and they're going to take this first set, and they look
as they pressure down. Another damage amplifier from Zulan here. Something really just try and block some of these shots as Cubic lays it off. It's not enough though. Here comes Zulan posturing aggressively. It's 27 and counting on the Safe. The Tyrant will stand once the smoke clears. Tyrant as well, not something we see all the time, but any time he can get value.
With the Incendiary, but
cross lanes collapse as well on them if he has to. Really love those looks here.
Nonetheless, though, I think the Tribe have done enough for now, and Navi
himself up front and center in many of those fights and saying, hey, I've got a large health pool, come at me. I'm going to try and get pressure down on your Safe. Strong fundamentals there from Tribe, really getting the motive line.
Yeah, it was a risky draft as well, wasn't it, from Navi, and
out of the draft.
Bill play there.
Cool, calm and collected with Tribe though.
Allowing Zulan to
composition
go
really
in for
solid to that kind of map.
Just didn't really time their runs
as well. It's like we see all the time, but anytime you can get value,
a lot of the shots, not the accuracy of Tribe
as well.
Landing the mark to
really love those looks here.
Energy of Tribe giving an A, always shining through
front and center in many of those fights. Just saying, hey, I've got a large health pool, come at me. Try and get pressure down on your Safe. He's
strong
guy that really starts to play to the crowd, really starts to feel the energy.
Yeah, it was a risky draft.
This Tribe team was a pretty disappointing MSI run for them. They definitely expected more. For the SK Gaming in those semis, they are still very, very hungry, and I think this really tells much of the story here. Leslie having a fantastic go of it on Bell.
Not the accuracy of Tribe. Tribe landing the mark. Been known in the past. You see the energy of Tribe giving an A, always shining through. Too soon. I'm not necessarily throwing up last year too much because I'm sure when they watch back the VOD,
these guys are really starting to play about it. Really starts to feel the energy.
No thumbs down here today.
This Tribe team is a pretty disappointing MSI run for them. They definitely expected more. For the SK Gaming in those semis, they are still very, very hungry, and I think this really tells much of the story here. As Livy having a fantastic go of it on Bell.
So being behind now is going to mean they're going to have to pass a little bit of time to have those team talks too much discuss, too much confidence too soon. I'm not going to necessarily bring up last year too much because I'm sure when they watch back the VOD, it might be that
MMA about it. Navi have surplus
no thumbs down here today, but nonetheless,
player roster for this team. Inside Tribe, obviously Corey definitely stepping more into their coach analytical role
and make your mark.
That team.
It gives you that
leveraging his leadership ability straight away. Penny's going to be locked away. Pretty popular pick here.
A land experience. Navi really love to run Penny. I mean, I remember my first conversation with them regarding draft. They took it a little bit personal, but Penny here can do some great and wondrous things. The bans on the side of Tribe being Poker, I think, are smart. Banning Poker against Tribe against Navi, you have to do that. You really do. The Stu as well.
Four-player roster for this team. On side Tribe, obviously Corey definitely stepping more into that coach analytical role, supporting that team, leveraging his leadership ability. Straight away, Penny's going to be locked away. Pretty popular
as well to back it up. Just the Navi really like that Navi brings potential. I mean, I remember my first conversation with them regarding draft, and they took it a little bit personal. But Penny here can do some great and wondrous things.
Hunting elastic can be such a problem, especially
Poker. I think
you're able to push up and you have the advantage. And then you can round it out. You kind of see what Navi go for. Now at least you have the chance to sort of preempt that last pick, the wacky one, right? As a Colt was locked in earlier on by Navi.
Going to come in for Tribe
maybe prefer to be in this position now.
Great value for it. And B as well.
Mentioned a couple times, we've seen a little bit of busting here, but it's not something that Tribe want to deal with. Bell, though, is a great all-rounder first here with Janet. Start to stop your draft a little bit, pick a little bit longer range to be obviously great. Hunting elastic can be such a problem, especially if you're able to push up and you have the advantage. And then you can round it out. You can kind of see what Navi go for. Now at least you have the chance to sort of preempt that last pick, the wacky one, right? As a Colt was locked in earlier on by Navi. Tribe maybe prefer to be in this position now.
A little bit away from the meta, but obviously with the
slowing mentioned a couple times, we've seen a little bit of busting here, but he's just not something that Tribe want to deal with. Bell, though, is on the table and snapped up. Especially if you're in a scenario where you have to retake, right? And the defending team has to expose themselves to your Crow to some degree. The slowing toxins can be pretty straightforward to hit. Now, it's not an all-in, composition after the fact, but like you mentioned, slow targets are easy for Cubic and MMA on those picks. Round kind of been knocked in here. Corey sat on the bench like,
it's daring. It's kind of dropped a little bit also with the slowing toxin, obviously the penny turret is going to land more shots during that time as well. So I hope that whoever's playing it on the side of Navi is time that perfectly.
Especially if you're in a scenario where you have to retake, right? And the defending team has to expose themselves to your Crow to some degree. The slowing toxins can be pretty straightforward to hit. Now, it's not an all-in, composition after the fact, but like you mentioned, slow targets are easily for Cubic and MMA on those picks. Round kind of been knocked in here. Corey sat on the bench like, so the right first steps have been taken by Tribe NA, but there's still needs to be a conversion on the series.
During that time as well.
MMA will be trying to man the middle part of the map here as Tyrant as we expected at perfectly,
but Sprout can really just shut everything down here.
Noticing that Tribe are really spreading out into a lane to have to deal with Cubic. They're really trying to opt out of going one-to-one with him for the time being. MMA is starting to get aggressive, posturing forward, but he's punished instantly by a hedge behind, and Zulan chimes in for the right.
But you've got to earn it and just keep it cycling in, and that's sometimes challenging.
What a connection. So the right first steps have been taken by Tribe NA. There still needs to be a conversion on the series. MMA will be trying to man the middle part of the map here as Tyrant as we expected at 10.
Very, very cautious. That's the slope you want.
Notice that Tribe are really spreading out into a lane to have to deal with Cubic. They're really trying to opt out of going one-to-one with him for the time being. MMA is starting to get aggressive, posturing forward, but he's punished instantly by a hedge behind, now starting to get a bit comfortable here. MMA slowed up, the Iron Hive, and the shot to follow is good. Cubic has to shoot the shit back up. As Tribe starts to lay it on even thicker. Angel Boy and MMA return. We definitely coming through some value from this Crow.
Yeah, Cubic really a bit of a struggle so far. Very cautious. That's the slope you want. Looking at MMA, but actually, it does low here, and quite Cubic. Total coverage coming through. Best egg there,
got the base.
That's not a bad thing.
Frustrated to deal with when you've got no choice but to stand in it and not be able to get killed up. Zulan now starting to get a bit comfortable here. MMA slowed up, the Iron Hive, and the shot to follow is good. Cubic has to shoot this thing back up. The Tribe starting to lay it on even thicker. Tyrant Angel Boy and MMA return. We definitely in the backline. You're requiring Navi to commit 2 players in order to remove him. That opens the way for Tribe to move up onto the hot zone and start picking up once more. Iron Hive doesn't connect, but the power shot does. Zulan in a very comfortable spot now.
That's not a bad thing.
He's going to force Navi back, and it's 86 and counting for the time being. MMA wants to push up here. Now looking for a flank with Navi is keeping him under the thumb for the entire round. Tyrant shots are coming in, and it's a trade at best for MMA. Not what he's looking for. Tyrant now. Tyrant being wants to try and extricate himself from the situation. Cubic and Angel Boy are looking imperious to remove him. That opens the way for Tribe to move up onto the hot zone and start picking up once more. Iron Hive doesn't connect, but the power shot does. Zulan in a very comfortable spot now. A little bit of pressure. Going to force Navi back, and it's 86 and counting for the time being. MMA wants to push up here. Now looking for a flank with Navi is keeping one of the thumb for the entire round. Turret shots are coming in, and it's a trade at best for MMA. Navi are getting looking for in the middle of the map for a second to try and extricate himself from the situation as Cubic and Angel Boy are looking imperious on the point.
Well, I think the Tribe, they can just get a little bit here and there. It's only 11% needed what to take down there from Zulan just to relieve a little bit of pressure. But Navi have done a wondrous job so far. Now the penny turret is starting to connect in for 3% now. And Tyrant will allow it to take down. Now we'll take the game. Focus their attention on both Angel Boy and Cubic.
Navi are getting beaten in the middle of the map for a second set in a row. Really struggling to take control of that hot zone out of that time on the point there, obviously after. As Navi is an absolute menace on this vulnerable position, but Tyrant chimes in instantly. And Angel Boy is trying to make a lane swap here to find a better angle. Zulan has eluded him thus far.
Maybe could have got him with something else.
Drop the base, actually almost claiming the laughter of that
value of that. Cubic left
Navi going to have Angel Boy sit in the bleachers for the time being to return only when two of his teammates motor down. This is devastating for Navi.
Keep cycling in as Navi
being
is
a tyrant
getting
right now,
so much value from Navi to the right-hand side.
Some free time on the point there, obviously, after that hedge came out. Now he's living a bit more of a vulnerable position, but Tyrant chimes in instantly. And Angel Boy has tried to make a lane swap here to find a better angle. Zulan has eluded him thus far.
And now, almost 20%
Drop the base, actually almost claiming the life of that Cubic trying to move up here. Navi going to have Angel Boy down in the bench. It's a 2v3 for Navi for much of the round. Always like his teammates are down. Angel Boy devastating for Navi. From Zulan. Dominating the right side
Tyrant right now.
Tyrant's going to fly away and celebrate this try. Rack up another one.
Zulan. He has a super looking like the missed ball. Angel Boy is going to be costly too. No sign, not going to connect. Everyone on the side of yellow, keeping themselves moving. And now, almost 20% left. Navi are going to have to start to make some
Cubic
changes.
trying to move up here.
The drafts at the moment
again,
for me
at best it's a 2v3 for Navi for much of the round. Always lacking that one player. And Angel Boy again. It's another one from Zulan. Dominating the right side lane. Tyrant's going to fly away and celebrate this try. Rack up another one. It's been a tumultuous year for this Navi team, right? I mean, yeah, think about their situation just in many of their personal lives at the start of the year and in the last few months, and then obviously coming into the EMEA region a little late, sort of having to play catch up with everybody else, getting wins against SK, Team Kaizo, Chazmak EU in the Snapdragon Challenge recently. This team is a high-caliber powerhouse,
and keeping their options open
not able to show it against the best.
At the moment, I don't mind risk as long as it starts to pay off. Tribe Gaming, of course,
it's been a tumultuous year for this Navi team, right? I mean,
Pro Series.
Think about their situation just in many of their personal lives at the start of the year and in the last few months, and then obviously coming into the EMEA region a little late, sort of having to play catch up with everybody else, getting wins against SK, Team Kaizo, Chazmak EU in the Snapdragon Challenge recently. This team is a high-caliber powerhouse.
A little bit for Navi at this stage.
Not able to show it against the best from
so
NA and LATAM North.
And Tribe's confidence now is just kind of growing and growing. Of course,
look, don't blame MMA personally for not racking up a ton of those kills. He's definitely wants to facilitate with that slowing touch, but even when he wants to commit, when he wants to dive in with that swoop, he's getting blown up instantly. Maybe not being able to read the room as well as he'd like to, or just get a feel for just how much damage Tribe can output here. But this is last chance saloon. Navi have one more opportunity to show us what they're made of. They're going home.
Navi at this stage, we haven't really seen enough results then so far, and Tribe's confidence now is really in the Navi game mode.
Look, don't blame MMA personally for not racking up a ton of those kills. He definitely wants to facilitate with that slowing Thompson, but even when he wants to commit, when he wants to dive in with that swoop, he's getting blown up instantly. Maybe not being able to read the room as well as he'd like to, or just get a feel for just how much damage Tribe can output here. But this is last chance saloon. Navi have one more opportunity to show us what they're made of. They're going home.
It's a nice, safe, early kind of pick.
It's sneaky builds then.
They've got a lot of options here. Ultimately, Navi map really in a Navi game mode.
I mean, even among Brawl Ball maps, Sneaky Fields is pretty unique, right? Just for the amount of foliage that sort of envelops it here. For that reason, we've seen a lot of brawlers sort of cater to that.
I mean, it's a very underrated pick for that mid lane. It's going to be under so much control.
Buster got through the ban phase. Navi
rolls and that kind of thing, but it can also hold those things
so, isn't it?
It's just comp is starting to speak Navi to me already, and that gives me some confidence. Kind of pick, and they combine Navi no-go, then Tribe could be in a bit of trouble. I mean,
even among Brawl Ball maps, Sneaky Fields is pretty unique, right? Just for the amount of foliage that sort of envelops it here. For that reason, we see a lot of brawlers sort of cater to that. Maybe Amber trying to remove.
It's still early days for Buster, but yeah.
Buster got through the ban phase. Navi Gale get really punished when he's picked early.
Yeah, rightly so, isn't it? It's just, this comp is starting to speak Navi to me already, and that gives me some confidence.
It also means that there's like a preemptive answer to tanks, and also if Ems wants to try and come up with a caustic charisma and actually start to put some pressure down. Does montage reflect Ems' spray?
Sorry? It's a great counter to Buster.
Yeah,
it is. It's America and LATAM North have kind of been the first region, so yeah, I've watched too early days really start to tackle the Buster problem. And it was very interesting to watch just a couple of weeks ago when I saw it, but it actually did make a lot of sense.
Those sort of more ranged
Tribe Gaming and A just demonstrating just how
to have that kind of success.
They are.
It also means that there's like a preemptive answer to tanks, and also if Ems wants to try and come up with a caustic charisma and actually start to put some pressure down.
What is? There's not much to kind of have in terms of synergy, but Ruffs could be the answer to that question. North America and LATAM North have kind of been the first region that I've watched really start to tackle the Buster problem. And it was very interesting to watch just a couple of weeks ago when I saw it, but it actually did make a lot of sense. Tribe Gaming and A just demonstrating just how on the ball they are when it comes
Cubic and Angel Boy obviously already locking in.
How to handle a really tough brawler like Buster.
Looking on from the
but it is
sidelines
a very strange comp from Tribe. There's not much to kind of have in terms of synergy, but Ross could be the answer to that question.
Absolutely so.
Just having some support.
Buster is already a very nerve-wracking thing to see coming straight towards you down that right or left-hand side lane. Having Max add that to the mix, you are really going to be in a tough spot. And in a game mode like Brawl Ball, you know, that is going to provide so much aggression. Navi are all about that. We get to kind of see that from them today, and that's why I've been a bit worried. But now I'm feeling a bit better about this.
Remember, Buster charges his super when he's close to his teammates, and that star power lets him do more damage when his teammates close by.
Buster is already a very nerve-wracking thing to see coming straight towards you down that right or left-hand side lane. Having Max add that to the mix, you are really going to be in a tough spot.
Approached it
in a game mode like Brawl Ball, you know, that is going to provide so much aggression.
Navi are all about that. We get to kind of see that happening today, and that's why I've been a bit worried. But now I'm feeling a bit better about this.
Remember, Buster charges his super when he's close to teammates, and the star power lets him do more damage when his teammates close by. Already, he explodes forward and blows Turret to smithereens. This is already going for all. He's here for Tribe. Zula scouting down super down and recover the ball. All of Navi forced to try and
but I did like the way that Zula approached it. And
remember, that ball is still
got to be a bit more cautious again.
What a double stop from MMA. Beautiful teamwork now. Navi retrieving the ball.
Can they get the ball though? MMA play it slow. Standing out. Now Cubic comes back in. Leaving him like a sitting duck there. Cubic going through as well. The pass could be there. It is.
Here is so scary on
the goal happens. The friend zone coming in though. And the super follow-up. Beautiful defense from Tribe.
Here's living out. Getting a lot of scouting down, of course, with that primary device. Just enough breathing on Navi, forced to try and to make sure the bus is breathing. Leave the grassy area. As Livy wants to try and hold them down on this right-hand side. Ball is trying to gain an advantage before they really start to move up. Zula now
trying to win ball yesterday. They need to hold their shots.
Cubic is going to struggle there.
Leaving him like a sitting duck there. Cubic coming through as well. Also there, but it's Livy getting it is. The goal happens. Coming in though. And the super follow-up. Beautiful defense from Tribe.
Love the knockback there from that.
I do like that strategy, and there's not really much that Tribe can do here unless they try to go on the aggressive,
to make sure the focus their attention
but fumes. An Angel Boy.
That's it. Livy wants to try and hold them down this right-hand side. Ball is the way Angel Boy wanted to move up from Cubic now down by Tyrant in the meantime. Now this supply drop starting to really have an impact. Cubic is going to struggle there. The lethality from the Tribe squad
pickup is also there, but Livy getting
seconds left in the round.
There. Again, MMA can't put down the twister here. He probably, you've got to admire the patience of MMA. He really is holding up this game so far. There's not really much that Tribe can do in a position where they're trying to go bait out the gadget and focus their attention them an inch, and he knows he can utilize that in overtime. It's going into that in 10 seconds. Speed at just the right time, the ball coming through. Can they make something of this opportunity now for Navi?
Starting to really have an impact.
Trying to go for the super, going to be harder and harder to get value from that
the Tribe squad. No score yet with 25 with the ball as we move out the middle of the map. Again, overtime definitely on the tape. Cubic has montage.
You've got to admire the patience of MMA. He really is holding up this game so far.
Now being used.
Tribe are in a position where they're trying to bait out the gadget, and he's just not giving them an inch. He knows he can utilize that in overtime, and we're going into that in 10 seconds. Speed at just the right time, the ball coming through. Can they make something of this opportunity now for Navi?
Black and blue.
Speed coming in, and that is a concern, but as Livy just knows to spray down that ball and trying to deter the situation.
Move up the middle of the map.
It's going to be so close, but I feel like Navi have got some good momentum. If Angel Boy goes down, that could change things. Cubic as well needs the speed to back up, and he does go down. As the great opportunity to the background. Tribe sees this.
Cubic is not going to be enough. Angel Boy's able to find the kill. But straight away, sends him a little bit low. Cubic close from being frozen. 7 seconds left in the round. Angel Boy's going to force them back. The score is Angel Boy this stage. 2 seconds to go. No super shot for Angel Boy.
Coming in, and that is a concern. But as Livy just knows to spray down that ball and try to deter the situation. It's going to be so close, but when Navi was setting up going into overtime, goes down, though, they were going to try to go Cubic as well. Needs the speed to back up, and he does go down. A great opportunity, but can Tribe sees this?
Cubic something weird. Maybe the super, they did straight away.
They needed to go on the aggressive, but nonetheless,
7 seconds left in the round. Angel Boy's going to force them back, and a score is unlikely at this stage. 2 seconds to go, no super shot for Angel Boy. There won't be a conversion.
I really feel like MMA's had the better of as Livy a lot of the time in the side lane.
Punishing with that gale force, getting stuck.
got to be honest, I felt like when Navi was setting up going into overtime, they were going to try to go for a goal scoring opportunity. It felt a bit strange to me that
Livy's going to go down. This is looking scary out on enemy. Tyrant standing Cubic.
Maybe they just felt like they didn't have the utility they needed to go on the aggressive, but nonetheless, I just felt like that was a good opportunity.
It's great to waste that bit of time reset and never know at the end of the game how it's going to fare. And Tribe going head first towards the goal, and that is the thing that prevents it from happening.
Punishing with that Gale Force, getting stun connection.
MMA they are behind now under pressure. Cubic with a great positioning over there. There's Livy there. And a very swift takedown.
Cubic's now trying to coming through. Livy's going to go down. This is looking scary now. Turning him in. Tyrant standing Cubic.
Missed opportunity. Big time for Navi.
Needs to send a message
showing me a sign of nerves.
Received.
Yeah, it's great to waste that bit of time, but you just never know at the end of the game how it's going to fare. And Tribe here from going head first towards the goal, and that is the thing that prevents it from happening. It's going to be money in the bank. But they are behind now under pressure. Cubic with a great positioning over there. Livy there.
Play more
very swift takedown.
With this beautiful stuff. Angel coming through. Cubic randomly amongst his grass. Cubic as well is able to stay outside of that super, but it creates some space here for Navi.
That is showing me a sign of nerves. Frozen out as well. Can this Livy get this ball forwards enough? Because MMA can twist this, and he does do it at the perfect time. But the amount of momentum isn't enough. Tribe will score.
In his personal life, but the Twister was there. It was perfect. In fact, again, with Gale Livy just recovers the ball and tries to play more assertive that left corner. They're scanning just running interesting. Randomly gets caught out there by Tyrant. Cubic as well is able to stay outside of that super, but it creates some space here for Tribe.
The great chance for Tribe to get their supers rolling
as well.
Can this Livy get this ball forwards enough? Because MMA twisted this, and he does do it at the perfect time. But the amount of momentum isn't enough. Out of the mix there. The speed from Angel Boy going on the aggressive. The ball passed through from Livy. Lovely timing on that. And just taking their time. The score.
Makes the perfect shot to that left corner.
Move on.
Now things get a little bit interesting. Angel Boy gets caught out there by Tyrant. We've got 27 seconds left. Some of the tough moments for Navi there. They really hold on. Big missed opportunity here.
Tribe to get their supers rolling. Yeah, we said, didn't we? Like looking back, it was going to be a costly one, and that was the moment there.
And great position here.
He gets down MMA. Yeah, possibly so. I mean, to have it was out of the mix there. Yeah, the speed from Angel Boy going on the aggressive. Goes to show the land experience difference. We were discussing coming in, and Tribe have got that under their belt more. So a lot of people here. A lot of
points. Must win round for Navi. This might be it for them. Some of the tough moments for Navi there. They really hold on. Big missed opportunity. Also looking pretty haggard there as he's forced to back away.
We said, didn't we? Like looking back, it was going to be a costly one, and that was the moment there.
Goes from a caustic career for the round right there. Back
yeah, possibly
and also scouting those pushes for anyone else.
It was one of those moments that goes to show the land experience difference. Navi and they've got it coming in and make sure they get that under their belt also. It's tough thing. But the ball in a good spot. Tyrant as well can use that.
Must win round for Navi. This might be it for them.
Cubic comes in.
Cubic barely
quite grasp it at the same time.
Livy also looking pretty haggard there as he's forced to back away.
Livy's coming in and causing
no
bit of a
second chances for Navi here as they're Livy goes from that coursing MMA back. Cubic starting to converge on them now, scouting those pushes for anyone else. Navi can't get both their side lanes in order here. And Cubic's going to flatten this Livy once more. This is dirty stuff.
Make sure that it gets Cubic going to go down here. The ball in a good spot. Tyrant as well can use that. Super if he needs.
For Navi. My goodness.
The audacity comes in, but didn't quite grasp it at the same time. There wasn't a chance to shoot.
But Navi hanging on.
Coming in.
The only way they know how at this point.
Body block there.
Angel Boy punished on the middle part of the map, getting a little bit too close to MMA back. Cubic starting to converge on them now, but Angel Boy has to back away. Navi can't get both their side lanes in order here. And Cubic's going to flatten his Livy once more. This is dirty stuff.
Looking to regroup.
Cubic going to go in.
To approach this as a three-piece.
Zulan out of position there.
As well, and we'll use it. But actually cancelled a bit of a misclick there.
The audacity of that goal. MMA goes for the twisty on the right-hand side, but he's going to get brought down. It's just Cubic. Cubic first the well. The only way they know how at this point. Angel Boy punished on the middle part of the map, getting a little bit too close to Edge with 27 seconds left. With super. Back into the corner. Tyrant. Oh my goodness, that's a close one.
The momentum on their side, and Angel Boy brings in some speed.
Well, Navi just.
But Cubic is worried about the threes. He can't go in.
Approach this as a
three-piece. Quickly. MMA with great stun.
Super as well, and we'll use it. But actually cancelled a bit of a misclick there.
Can't really push straight back.
MMA goes for the twisty on the right-hand side, but he's going to get brought down. It's just Cubic. Cubic first the well.
We'll take it home.
It's not enough. What other way? One apiece with 27 #1 seed from North America and LATAM North to finish it in
comes
style.
in, Tribe know they've got the momentum on their side.
Really hotly
Angel Boy brings in some speed.
ball set.
Cubic is worried about the freeze. He can't go in.
Them coming
Zulan
alive.
too quickly.
It was just
Mayo
too
great
late.
stun again.
Ahead of steam, build up by Tribe and
Cubic can't really push at the moment. He's down.
It's not enough for the CIS region team.
Getting an A. We'll take it. Very dominant stuff. You know, wasn't it? It was Tribe getting an A. Just another day back
seed from
in the
North
office.
America, LATAM North,
The
to
energy,
finish it in style.
the flamboyance of this team and
Really
confidence that's going to be going through to that next round. They're looking scary, aren't they? You've got to be honest, they are looking very, very scary.
So important for this Tribe team build up by Tribe NA, and even with Captain MMA at the floor, they've seen the rest of their own region rise up around them, and I'm sure at times they've questioned, do we still want to have
very dominant stuff? You know, it was Tribe getting an A.
To that is
just another day back in the office.
5 seed has
the
been
energy,
vanquished.
the flamboyance
squad
of this team
starting to look
confidence that's going to be going through
so well
that next round. They're looking scary, aren't they?
Sometimes
you've got to be honest, they are looking very, very scary.
I love that composure from Tribe, for this Tribe team to start on the front in that previous round against Navi. They fight back in brilliant style. They've seen the rest of their own region rise up around them, and I'm sure at times they've questioned, do we still have it takes to dominate at the global level? The answer to that
look at the headphones off as well. You just can't hold back, but look at Tyrant there.
This squad
is
starting to look
18 kills.
They deal so well with the Buster, right?
Cubic
Newer
put together.
Definitely,
He was
sometimes
doing
can pull off these
so
unexpected
much work,
moments here.
200.
And I love that composure from Tribe, especially when they're
putting in time.
in that previous round against Navi. They fight back by the way. Their MVP is going to be none extremely exciting star Brawl Stars, and I love that finish there from Meslivy. And the rest of Tribe NA.
Yeah, exactly.
They have sometimes, not a lot of times.
Look at the headphones off as well. You just can't hold back, Susan. But look at Tyrant there.
Last match of the day.
Oh my word, 18 kills. That's Angel Boy Cubic put together. He was doing so much work. 200.
It's so funny, so energetic. Definitely a lot of confidence on stage, but off stage we sort of asked him. He really refused to put him out there.
MVP is going to be none other
sort of saucy statements to us. He said, no, look,
what a match from him.
Navi are really unpredictable. We've seen what they've done to other teams in Europe. They did to SK most recently. We're not getting ahead of ourselves. And I think that shone through in there for the rest of this bracket going.
I feel like Zulan has a very firm grasp on himself, honestly. Very modest now. He's starting to mature in a wonderful way. And I think Tribe Gaming NA know themselves that anything can happen on the world stage. And keeping the cards close to their chest and just making it count through their thumbs is what Tribe Gaming NA is all about.
Sort of saucy statements to us. He said, no, look, catch up with where we are in day number 2. We have one match left in our round of 16, and as you can see, Navi have vanquished Tribe Gaming advanced to play the winner
I feel like Zulan has a very firm grasp on himself, honestly. Very modest now. He's starting to mature in a wonderful way, and I think Tribe Gaming NA know themselves that anything can happen on the world stage. Keeping the cards close to their chest and just making it count through their thumbs is what Tribe Gaming NA is all about.
We're going to get another moment to talk about Navi here, where we are in day number 2. Over the course we have one match left in our round of 16, and as you can see, Navi have vanquished Tribe Gaming go up against the very best to play the winner of our next match. Have them stay in that region hailing from mainland China go up against next year. It's an exciting squad of players.
Yeah, they're great guys as well.
Very rarely get to see.
Such great energy around the hotel and the venue here. Really enjoyed speaking with them and getting to learn a bit more about them. As again, we haven't really had
another moment to talk about Navi here, right?
So
this is a team that's really delighted us over the course of this year.
I'd like to see them again.
In EMEA now is a treat because we get to see them month after month go up against the very best in that region. We're glad to have them stay in that region. We hope towards our final match of the day. It's an exciting squad of players. Go up against
they're great guys as well.
Frankly, Reconic are
such great energy around the hotel and the venue here.
One of those
really enjoyed speaking with them and getting to learn a bit more about them. As again, we haven't really had them in a LAN setting for a while. So, it's commiserations to them. I'd like to see them again. Coming back on the main stage,
dernier match de la journée, un gros match encore une fois. On a eu 3 énormes matchs et il
Take a deep breath, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start to turn our attention towards our final match of the day. Reconic Esports go up against SK Gaming. Reconic are an enigmatic team for us. Mainland China already had one of those qualifier matches to decide who would go through. Reconic even win that one. More on that, of course, after we welcome them out to the stage.
Only one player could make it to the stage. His name is Tok. He's gonna be by himself right here. He doesn't have his teammates on stage. So I want you guys to be his teammate. Make a maximum amount of noise for Tok and Reconic Esports. Et celui-là, il est un petit peu spécial évidemment parce qu'il y a une équipe qui nous vient de Chine et j'en ai parlé tout à l'heure. Cette équipe est un petit peu particulière. Il n'y a qu'un joueur sur la scène aujourd'hui. Je vais vous demander de faire un max de bruit pour le joueur. Son nom est Tok. Je vais aussi la faire en anglais pour tout le monde. Et quick switch to English for you guys. Reconic Esports is entering, but only one player could make it to the stage. His name is Tok. He's gonna be by himself right here. He doesn't have his teammates on stage, so I want you guys in the crowd to be his teammates. Make a maximum amount of noise for Tok and Reconic Esports.
World Finals, and now have the opportunity to better that performance.
Right back then, they were a trick of China. They go up against Queen Navi
this year.
And they fall in the
mainland China finals.
3-0 series.
I want nothing
mainland
more
China
to put
get to win
their home region
at a world finals
on the map.
There's definitely a lot on these guys' tables. And how
coming
about
in
this?
as the number 2 seed,
Talk about one man versus
sadly weren't able to make it here today.
Great to see the crowd get behind this guy, but I know they're about to make some serious noise because Reconic's opponents, they're about to take the stage
and now
themselves.
Have the opportunity to better that performance.
Right back then, they were a trick of China.
Et les derniers adversaires du jour, ils représentent le côté Yemi. On les connaît bien, il reste une seule place à valider pour demain. Un tonnerre d'applaudissements pour SK Gaming.
There's definitely a lot on these guys' tables, and how about this? Tok sat there on the stage. Talk about
Gaming
one man versus
have been competing since the very birth.
Great to see the crowd get behind this guy, but I know they're about to make some serious noise because Reconic's opponents, they're about to take the stage themselves.
The importance of both patience and controlled aggression.
Et les derniers adversaires du jour, ils représentent le côté Yemi. On les connaît bien, il reste une seule place à valider pour demain. Un tonnerre d'applaudissements pour SK Gaming.
Proving that they have what it takes to be world champions. SK Gaming, a team been competing since the very birth. Spectators who cheer for esports. Semantic EA speaks for itself. And Chaos with Coach
2021, the El Clasico was SK Gaming versus AC Milan and controlled aggression. This year, they made those two teams into one.
In the grand final of MSI this year, they took ZETA Division 1
the marriage of two teams that gave us some of the most exciting stories, rivalries, games in the EMEA region. Became this tour de force that's known as SK Gaming with an unmatched amount of lane experience as far as European teams are concerned. These guys are the real deal. They won 2 monthly finals in 2021 September. So a decent gap between them, Gaming no one's ever doubted this team. Even through their ups and downs, coming into this year, they made those two teams into one.
Exactly that. You know, Chaos and Semantic, been so experienced.
The marriage of two teams that gave us some of the most exciting stories, rivalries, games in the EMEA region.
They were hoping to have
became this tour de force that's known as SK Gaming with an unmatched amount of LAN experience as far as European teams are concerned. These guys are the real deal. They won 2 monthly finals in March and September, so a decent gap between them, but no one's ever doubted this team. Even through their ups and downs, everyone has feared the name
just that
SK.
one game away from actually taking exactly that. The MSI Championship have been so experienced.
It was incredible, that matchup between SK and ZETA Division 1. It was the way.
The experience that they were hoping to have.
Opponent here,
in the first round, we said, we just
don't
to point out
really any information about this team.
We might get that
but they're also looking ahead. They're looking at that ZETA Division 1 team. They're coming back for what is theirs. It's going to be quite a climb to get there. So right now, they need to dot their I's, cross their T's. They need to play tight, play perfect, and prepare themselves for what's to come. It was incredible.
I do really feel for Tok as well, I'll be honest, because
Division 1
SK are a scary team when they get loud.
While they're looking at their opponent's heel, you know, we heard from Zetra, we said, we just don't have
not as bad when you're
really
sharing
any information about this team. We had to be prepared for anything,
again,
but they're also looking ahead.
I really hope
that ZETA Division 1 team. They're coming back for what is theirs. It's going to be quite a climb to get there. So right now, they need to dot their I's, cross their T's, they need to play tight, play perfect, and prepare themselves for what's to come.
They couldn't get a single game. I really feel for Tok as well, I'll be honest, because still in the back of their minds here today, team when they get loud. They love to try to intimidate. I mean, that's one here for
iconic. Not as
I mean, you saw our predictions earlier on here. SK Gaming are an absolute juggernaut, and frankly, opportunities for teams like Reconic Esports to take on the rest of the world are limited. They look on, they watch, they try and absorb what they can from seeing those matches, but nothing really measures up. Nothing matches getting out there in person and doing the real thing. Well, it's about time to get this thing going, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be gold knockout first.
But this is a tough one. I'm not going to sugarcoat it to you, but this is definitely a tough one here in favour of SK Gaming.
You saw our predictions earlier on here. SK Gaming
on some of the numbers that we've seen already.
Frankly, opportunities for teams like Reconic Esports to take on the rest of the world are limited. They look on, they watch, they try and absorb what they can from seeing those matches, but nothing really measures up. Nothing matches getting out there in person and doing the real thing. Well, it's about time to get this thing going, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be gold. I swear I saw it very recently, actually. A Fang 1 versus 3 on this map. I might have been like 81% in favour of those sort of more peripheral regions, but there's a big reason why no one really wants to deal with the Fang in those moments. He can absolutely turn up in an instant. So the gas band here as well for SK. You know, it's a pick that we've seen them experiment with. Gia's playing a ton of gas in that October monthly final with the Nani getting picked up here. Peak gets extra scary when you don't get to respawn after getting blown up by it.
Yeah, but you got to land them, that's the thing as well.
I swear I saw it very recently, actually. Fang 1 versus 3 on this map.
That is going to be an interesting matchup to follow on those
one of those sort of more peripheral regions,
about it.
There's a big reason why no one really wants to deal with the Fang in those moments. He can absolutely turn up in an instant. So the gas band here as well for SK.
Available.
You know, it's a pick that we've seen them experiment with. Gia's playing a ton of gas in that October monthly final.
Going to come in.
Getting picked up here.
We all know
gets extra scary when you don't get to respawn after getting blown up by
region. Yeah, not the entire world. That's the thing as well.
If there's anyone that knows how to make that counter
do to Piper, the business, that is going to be an interesting matchup.
Business is about to be good. I have a feeling.
No doubt about it.
Playing those side lanes obviously is where we often find IKaos really aggressive. Wants to collapse that side lane as early as possible. A lot of Penny, a lot of Lola play as well from IKaos where possible.
You have the Raps Rico going to come in. IKaos, of course, as we all know, ultimately those supply drops the best Rico the entire EMEA region, if not the entire world. You're going to have that. If there's anyone that knows how to make that brawler do the business, SK going to go really aggressive.
Business is about to be good.
Can be problematic.
Playing those side lanes obviously is where we often find IKaos really aggressive. Wants to collapse that side lane
over the past
as early as possible.
This brawler has really
Lola play as well
into the
from IKaos where
forefront of the
possible.
meta.
We had the Raps locked in here for good night.
Incredibly aggressive and can really get behind those supply drops and really that strategic helping hand to those Piper shots as well.
There's something very special about seeing star players on these mid-range brawlers, right? Brawlers that can either be fairly passive, play fairly safe, but also on a dime can jump on in, full engage and look to find those eliminations. And then, of course, in knockout, it's a big deal.
I mean, there's very little to say now about Carl having seen it over the past few days. We know this brawler has really become a brawler which is not meta. Nearly as flying hooks can be, I don't want to say bad, but it was definitely one that really get behind your opposition and now coming back in again. Strategic the helping hand of those gears.
There's something very special about seeing star players on these mid-range brawlers, right? Brawlers that can either be fairly passive, play fairly safe, but also on a dime can jump on in, full engage and look to find those eliminations. And then, of course, in knockout, it's a big deal. Eve gets picked up here. So ladies and gentlemen, we're about to kick off here on Gold Arm Gold. It's SK Gaming versus Reconic Esports TLC.
Which is,
we will have Gia playing the diagonal as you would expect from the Nani here. Really gives IKaos a lot of room to start to move on.
The helping hand of those gears and that's really Gear going to be here and there, but it's the hatchlings that low here. Hopefully recipe pops. All the returns send beautifully done. I hope for EA, but the communication is on point when it comes to the top of those hatchlings and transaction preparing themselves for it. And here we go. Both sides standing strong.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to kick off here on Gold Arm Gold. It's SK Gaming versus the scariest things to deal with. You think you've landed a shot, you try and guarantee a homemade recipe, and it gets fed straight back to your dome. Really gives the IKaos a lot of room to start to be stalwart in this top part of the map and actually keeping Semantic in his home territory. Obviously, you want to play over that water as much as you can. All the returns send the utility that you bring here, so SK are unperturbed by this current state of affairs here. Oh, there it is. The peep
so far
hits the sides
standing strong.
You have to, we talked about how Nani does counter Piper, and that's one of the scariest things to deal with. That you think you land on a shot, you try and guarantee the homemade recipe, and it gets FedEx straight back to your dome.
It's not going to go down. IKaos will pick it up.
Tokia really trying to be stalwart in this top part of the map, and actually keeping Semantic pretty frustrating to deal with your SK Gaming. You want to play over that water as much as you can, as Eve. It's kind of what the utility that you bring here. So SK are unperturbed by this current state of affairs here. Gear. Oh, there it is. The peep hits the mark. Semantic popping the gap, trying to get away. Cannot escape. Great pick up there for Reconic.
So many hashlings as well. Oh, but Top goes down there on the top left, and now the return to Sentinel. It's a good night. The pick up from Mike Chaos. Beautifully done. 2 versus 1.
That was pretty tight, actually. Those sandbags are, of course, can be pretty frustrating to deal with if you're SK Gaming.
As slow as they want.
Semantic's really impressed me about his development over the last few years. He's toned down that sort of over-aggression from that angle there, but Gear sends a peep up to the top part of the map to at least secure a trade. SK Gaming kind of paves the way with his damage there, trying to go in. And it's Semantic popping the gap, trying to get away. You're essentially a sitting duck. Great pick up there from Gear. And again, it's a pretty scary prospect.
Down there on the top left, and now the return to Sentinel. A good night. The pick up from Mike Chaos. Beautifully done. 2 versus 1. Imp has going to have a lot of time spent juggling this situation, but SK plays as slow as they want, and they just get the pick up there and take players like Chaos raining down.
A little bit hard to see from that angle there, but Gear sends a peep up to the top part of the map to at least secure a trade. Semantic kind of paves the way with his damage there on that Eve. There's not much you can do as top there on that Carl. You're essentially sitting duck. Well positive there from Gear.
Yeah,
and again, it's a pretty scary prospect if you let him between the Piper and Navi. Regularly. There, of course. Okay, field promotion for him, something we also want to point out. Obviously, making those brawlers more durable over time if they're able to be killed above that full health. Here comes the beat straight down the middle, though. Sandbags thrown up. Perfect placement.
Yeah, connection there from Reconic to Kie. Does feed through. Oh, but the return to Sentinel now is getting on, and the gas now starting to show there as well. It's actually going to got favor as well. Reconic in that sense again. The Chaos Kie still returning that favor.
Stand off there for a moment between
the gas going to keep him out of breach here. He goes down and Zeltok going to go in, but does not come out. Good night.
We also want to point out making those brawlers more durable over time if they're able to heal above that full health. We actually saw the Here comes the beat straight down the middle, though. Return to Sentinel to sort of get rid of it so his Piper can go back to work. The damage that Imp takes in doing so makes him die to one tick of the gas.
Now is getting on, and the gas now starting to show. Top has got super as well with connection. Still a 3 versus 3. But Kie still returning that favor in. Very low here. And the gas is going to keep him out of breach here. Could be fantastic. Zeltok going to go in. Goes down. Good come out. Good night. Surely not far to follow.
1v2.
He's getting tapped. Chaos will have seen that now. The people come in and try and finish his job.
Interaction. We actually saw the rush. Where's Brett return to Sentinel to sort of get rid of it so his Piper can go back to work.
Still fights the connection, and it's going to be
so makes him
on his own,
die to one tick of the
in-game
gas.
stage. It's a tough break against a team like SK.
Healing up there. Still a 3 versus 3 now. I love the way that they spaced out the Piper comes in. Pitch is looking good. The value here could be fantastic. For SK again goes down. Good night. Surely not far to follow. Quite quiet. He's getting tapped. Chaos will have seen that now. The people come in and try and finish his job. That's actually really quite a nice thing to see.
Where's Brett Butterby down to get out there with the pop, and it won't matter. He has to fight the connection, and it's going to be tough on his own, in-game out stage.
They're not going to be
it's a tough break against a team like
kind
SK.
in the respects when it comes to, well, actually, no, yeah, maybe confident stuff.
I mean, it's semantic, right? So there's always going to be some degree of exultant
with the peep
celebration.
Back round yet
but
again.
I'm quite sure that SK also know this could be
SK
a longer series. It's already best of 5 by default.
As well,
it's longer than your normal quarterfinal
I guess that's
runs
actually
at a
really
monthly
quite a nice
final.
thing to see.
And if they make tomorrow, which is looking pretty good so far, that is an extremely long day.
I think that shows some good sign of sportsmanship. Tomorrow's where it all comes down to. Again, they're not going to be so putting in so kind of the respects when it comes to that Navi pick very underrated. Maybe it's a bit of a.
I mean, it's semantic, right? So there's always going to be some degree of exultant
opening up the door a bit
celebration. But I'm quite sure that SK also know this could be a longer series. It's already a best of 5 by default, right? So it's longer than your normal quarterfinal runs at a monthly final.
Very difficult
on that rush to get much done. Good so far. That is an extremely long day. Often being called up to get rid of that return to center. Like, hey, you can't clear the way for your Piper. Now, that was SK Gaming's best map type. 86% win rate on knockout Brawl. Not so much for them. A chance for Reconic here to maybe turn up the heat a little bit. We've seen some great storylines today. Lucky teams in an underdog position, really good pressure on their opponents. That's what we want to see from Reconic esports here. I know their conditions aren't ideal, but they're going to play out there on the stage. The crowd definitely behind them in a sense. Very difficult on that rush to see if that's going to be enough to spur them to make this competitive. Being called up to, often being called up to get rid of that return to center. Be like, hey, try and clear the way for your Piper. Now, that was SK Gaming's best map type. 86% win rate on Knockout. Brawl not so much for them. A chance for Raconic here to maybe turn up the heat a little bit. We've seen survivability storylines today. Plucky teams in an underdog position, really put pressure on their opponents. That's what we want to see from Raconic esports here. I know their conditions aren't ideal, but they're going to play out there on the stage. The crowd's definitely behind them in a sense. Let's see if that's going to be enough to spur them to make this competitive.
Of course, the honey molasses are in and slows swift draft. Really does pack a sting for SK. You've got to back it up like that. Bang out the DMs, the Griff, and the Otis. Options still available here. The Jang isn't banned. We know what that can do when you get the turret in just the right spot. It can really survivability is going to be key here. Aggression. I wouldn't mind seeing a Gene on the side of Raconic. The defensive mind to have some healing qualities themselves from the magic puffs.
Yeah, Raconic taking their time with this one.
Really turn.
Seeing a Poco means that there's actually a whole host of different things that might have to deal with. You kind of foreshadowing here. The Penny comes in. Again, we sort of talked about it, right? If Poco is heralding more aggressive in your face composition, then Salty Barrel is now something that Penny has access to that makes it easier to deal with
available here.
in her face.
Penny
Always
isn't banned, and we know what that can
wants a bit of room to work with. Now she has a bit more modality. Now she can stand on her own 2 feet when
aggression on the goal will help feel like the Gale is going to be a shout for SK here because if there's any team that likes to slow down the pace of Brawl, it is going to be SK. Maybe some bow mines.
There's actually a whole host of different things that might have to deal with. Kind of foreshadowing what I'm saying comes in. Again, we sort of talked about it, right? If Poco is heralding more aggressive in your face composition,
Carl's going to get locked in here, so this doesn't feel too slow to me with the surge coming out.
To deal with people getting in
I love this though. This is the SK that I love and adore because
now she has a bit more modality. Now she can stand on her own 2 feet when we get
the surge and the Carl very much feel like Gale is going to be a shout for SK here. It's going to be a very different play style. If there's any team that likes to slow down the pace of Brawl, it is. But the Gale comes to be SK. Maybe some bow mines on it for good measure too.
Yeah, this is actually really fun. So I do like the response here from Raconic. Gale comes in, who's been very, very good on these Brawl maps in general. So Raconic
Carl going to get locked in here, so this doesn't feel too slow to me with the surge coming out.
Very, very effective.
But as soon as
Chaos tries to close the gap, especially right, trying to go in with flying hook and then make a tailspin happen. There are options here for Raconic to sort of put some space in between them and SK Gaming.
It's going to be a very different play style.
Surge now a bit more of a brawler option, of course. Power shield giving that extra durability if that's the way he wants to go. Looks like that's the case here. So watch out. This is actually really fun. So I do like the response here. Could be a problem. Already good night. He's been very trouble. Great twist, but it's not enough to stop. So Raconic have quite a few options, right? They do have long range presence, right? Be obviously very, very effective. But as soon as Chaos tries to close the gap, especially right, trying to go in with flying hook and then make a tailspin
that's the problem, right?
There are options really starting to flex on Raconic to sort of put some space in between.
Chaos getting involved now a little bit more.
Obviously, Surge now a bit more of a brawler option, of course. Power shield giving that extra durability if that's the way he wants to go. It looks like that's the case here. So watch out. He starts to snowball late into the round. This could be a problem. Already good night, Tucker in deep trouble. Great twist, but it's not enough to stop the 1v2.
They're in their playground.
All with the fast through. Cheeky playing with their food and we'll get the goal at the back.
I'm a bit worried for nice bit of flag. I mean, a very early start. They have to stop this pace.
I mean, that's the problem, right? He's really starting to flex on Raconic in this series. Shrug off a lot of damage as he moves up.
This isn't a domination. This is an extinction event. Fires one off. That's about as quick as you get on Brawl Ball.
What is going on? 33 We might have the entire set finished in less than a minute at this rate.
Just look, the flying hook is
so dominant. This is potential here. This is done over.
This one is done and dusted. I have never seen that happen.
I'm a bit worried for
Not even to mention this being the World Finals.
They have to start to slow this pace.
Blink,
and they're just going down like flies.
Semantic here, of course, knows he can shrug off a lot of damage as he moves up. But SK have no intention of playing with their food. Go up, going up 2-0.
What is going on?
One of our fastest matches of the
tournament so far.
You even mentioned it, Ark. This is a team that likes to play slow and Brawl Ball, but this time
this is done over. This one is done.
Absolutely everything right.
I have never seen.
You have so much healing for the Carl. He can play as aggressive as you like. And Semantic just collapses that right-hand side every single time.
Blink,
that was
and you miss it.
Absolutely disgusting.
I mean, the replays are basically going to be
to say that SK have no intentions
again
of playing with their food.
I think that could well be up there.
Going up 2-0.
So we've had all year.
One of our fastest matches of the tournament so far. You even mentioned it, Ark. This is a team that likes to play slow on Brawl Ball, but this time
you've got to ask yourself the question: they have absolutely everything right.
I mean, you have so much healing for the Carl. He can play as aggressive as you like. And Semantic just collapses that right-hand side every single time.
The entire time.
That was absolutely.
If you want SK Gaming to show you
respect. You
I mean, the replays are basically
not nearly enough time for Reconic to build up that Gale super. Not nearly enough time for to get them, you know, good position for Honey Molasses. The B gets completely cancelled. She doesn't have enough space to go to work. Not even enough time to make more than 1 or 2 shots at the start of that round.
Insane.
Hook,
and you've got to ask yourself the question: what chance now does Reconic have to recover from this? Not just simply being 2 sets down, but SK are known for that game. I mean, reverse sweeps themselves and. The entire getting the sweep.
Well, if you want SK Gaming to show you respect, you have to earn it.
Through, and
not nearly enough time for Reconic to build up that Gale super. Not nearly enough time for to get them, you know, a good position for Honey Molasses. The B gets completely cancelled. She doesn't have enough space to go to work. Not even enough time to make more than 1 or 2 shots at the start of that round.
They're going back.
Go forward. Don't stop. Like you said, potentially the last map of the day.
Well, I mean,
potentially the last set
SK
for
are
representatives
known for
from mainland China.
Themselves.
Whatever Reconic esports have left,
they don't
needs to come out now.
Ever falter.
If they've got something special, they had something in reserve,
this could very well be
an off-the-wall play.
Of the day
it may as well throw caution to the wind and try and make it happen. And of course, the much coveted 8-bit pick blocked in straight away by Semantic.
I don't feel like that is their game plan.
I really do love that.
They're all about the aggression.
Also,
they're going back. Being banned here is quite a big one. Colette.
Like you said, potentially the last map of the day.
Banned there is
potentially the last set for representatives from mainland China. Whatever Reconic esports have left
I do love
needs to come out now. If they've got something special, they had something in reserve, a secret strategy.
Yeah, this is where we probably really get to
It may as well throw caution to the wind and try and make it happen. And of course, the much kind of coveted 8-bit pick locked in straight away by Semantic in this composition.
Yeah,
some of those more aggressive options.
I love the
definitely on the table. I mean, SK
being banned here is
literally
quite a big
3 sharpshooters.
Great
Breathe
to have.
B, Bell,
B band there is going to open up potential.
Both teams also banning Pipe with Brock being out of the mix here.
We know that's going to have to be something
left to go around.
The SK can still counter the roughs. Ultimately, that will really give a nice damage boost to chance to respond here. Coming SK. We've seen
this is where we probably really get to This is where we really get to see what SK
really is in such a good spot. And
what kind of function
the splatter in the bush as well, being able to show everyone Bonnie is a very, very SK
some of those more aggressive options
idea.
Definitely on the table. I mean, SK bend
momentum,
literally 3 sharpshooters
onto the safe.
Such
a crucial thing to have.
Yeah, also having all-in potential. And there's always teams also betting Pipe with Brock being out of the mix. Try and follow up there as well. She hits extremely hard, but she's able to take the risk and get up close and personal. And just a very robust composition
damage boost to 8-bit Otis coming in.
What do you think about the bow here on a map like
Bridge too far? So much play. It's not a bad thing to have. It is such a good spot. Better options at this stage. It's going to have as well, being able to show up everyone Bonnie is a very, very SK range idea. Being able to
I didn't expect to see it personally.
Momentum. Yeah, it's kind of more like a SK kind of combo. Crucial thing to have.
Yeah, also having all-in potential. There's always the combo of
feel like it's a bad brawl to have. It's just a bit of a safe one. When you've got to see the
take the risk and get up close and personal. And just a very robust composition here from SK Gaming.
Bread and butter.
What do you think about the bow here on a map like Bridge too far from the Fat Splatter straight away from Semantic? He wants a little bit of room and starts to feel like pressure here on options
at this stage.
Good Night is given a free mid lane here.
Blocking down some
not exactly a target-rich environment. Chaos plays in that bush here, just really trying to outrange the bow if at all possible.
Like SK kind of combo
having that damage gear triggered, trying to stay alive in that fight.
Like it's a bad brawler to have.
Chaos and Talk trade there at the bottom part of the map, but that's a scary one now. Semantic helping gear out in the mid.
That's your thing reserving. I feel ideally it's extra credits. You'd love to get the damage boost
straight away from Semantic. He wants a little bit of room and start to put some pressure here on Imp.
Mine's just trying to trigger them as well. Now with the speed, do so a little bit easier. Semantic just getting target-rich environment. Tap on the Chaos
plays in that bush here, just really trying to heal up, outrange the bow if at all possible. Time to collect that used by Good Night. Was hoping obviously damage pressure on Chaos. That's naturally the kind of soup you want to use to get free damage on the enemy safe, but Reconic aren't in a position to actually be threatening that at all for the time being. Diaz really hard to shift in the middle part of the map, especially now with his speed boosted within the range of that damage amplifier. And Chaos is going in and get another trade on the right-hand side.
Trying to trigger them as well. Now with the speed, he can do so a little bit easier. Semantic just getting to allow his teammates to tap win their lanes. Damage gear.
Gradually pushing to heal up accordingly. Okay, time to collect that used by Good Night. Was hoping obviously to put some pressure on Chaos. That's naturally the kind of soup you want to use to get free damage on the enemy safe, but Reconic aren't in a position to actually from Reconic. So Good Night gets value for that super Chaos time being. Punish there. Diaz really hard to shift in the middle part of the map, especially now with his speed boosted within the range of that damage amplifier. And Chaos is going in and getting another trade on the right-hand side.
Extra credits combining with damage booster. 63% remaining now on the save, but to allow his teammates to win their lanes compared to what we saw in Brawl.
forwards. Reconic having their moments to start to get it could be over with one right-hand side there. Good from SK, fantastic gearing themselves up. Taking it slow, looking to win the straight.
There comes out from Reconic. So good idea to value that super chaos will punish there. Tough for Reconic to pull themselves out of a position like this. Semantic wanted to punch it forward, get some free damage. Time to collect now on the safe, getting decent, but it's not enough for the time being. 17 left in the round.
Extra credits combining with some space in the mid as well. 63% remaining now on the save position. There's nothing that good Knights can really do here. With 10 seconds remaining, having their moments in firmly. It's going to be them moving on, surely. It's getting some fantastic taps there. Onto Chaos.
Do it, ladies and gentlemen. SK
clearing up the left-hand side lane, opening up some space. And Guille
in what may well be the final set. Now, tough for Reconic to pull themselves out of a position like this. Semantic wanted to punch it forward, get some free damage. Time to collect now on the safe. It's decent, but it's not enough for the time being. 17 left in the round. You think she can definitely rush you from that long range, but Semantic immediately asserts himself right. Fat Splatter moves up into the space created by that one. Constantly dominating.
With 10 seconds remaining, SK locked in firmly. It's going to be them moving on, surely, to match point.
As long as he could, but yeah,
that'll do it, ladies and gentlemen. SK Gaming
exactly the right thing.
Will get this first round with what may well be the final pushing up. And this is what he does. He gets far enough up the lane that he can turn on top and then open the way for Gia, who has the ability just to damage amp up or pressure the safe down. Lane assignment against the Laura. Repeat, not necessarily an easy thing. She can definitely harass you from that long range, but Semantic immediately asserts himself right. Fat Splatter moves up into the space created by that one, constantly dominating it. He's had a really tough series in general.
And force him backwards, but it's just Semantic and Chaos holding firm on those side lanes and it's causing such an aggressive problem.
Yeah, we're getting a lane swap here. So top guy going up against Chaos on the right-hand side. Semantic pushing up, and this is what he does. He gets far enough up the lane to the middle part of the map, and then opens the way once more. Semantic wraps around. Now he's going to take a couple of free pot shots at the safe, and we're already down to 63.
Exactly that.
Chaos gets the win there, and he doesn't even trade, so this is very scary. SK looking imperious.
Just to keep the struggling in this ball. They've got to try to get one of these lane takedowns. They're holding through there. The ego's a bit early, but Semantic just continues to punish it.
Now Chaos jumping in, going up against Chaos on the right-hand side.
Semantic,
he can't do a Semantic constantly interrupting his gentleman's duel in the middle part of the map. He's done it once more. Semantic wraps around. Now he's going to take a couple free pot shots at the safe, and we're already down to 63. Chaos. They weren't sure what if he's standing doesn't even trade, so this is very scary in their way. SK looking in this round of 16 match.
Reconic is struggling in this ball. They've got to try to get one of these lane takedowns,
and they do it in style.
Through there, the ego's a bit early, but
stood up there on the stage
to punish it.
One-man army
jumping in, getting some damage.
Playing remotely.
Semantic, everyone doing their bit.
He must feel was incredible.
Gaming will move
honestly,
on
really heartwarming to see him out there in the crowd there behind him. And we, of course, hope to see much more from this Reconic team in the future. But SK Gaming weren't sure what if he's standing in their way, match, or who will be standing in their way.
They have
in this round of 16 match.
To that, but I've got
one thing
reiterate
was for
again.
sure.
You just said like
they had to win.
I love to see
and they
the
do
way
it in
that
style.
SK at the
Gotta
end
give
there,
it to Tok. Stood
really
up there
showing
on the stage.
How much
a one-man army, literally.
The matchup and
teammates,
Tok
of
on
course,
his
playing
own is always
remotely.
something.
See him out of pressure, he must feel it was incredible.
You know,
honestly, really heartwarming to see him out there in the crowd, get behind him.
It's a competition.
And we, of course, hope to see much more from this Reconic team in the future. But SK Gaming have just secured themselves
but SK there,
a revenge match.
Offering a bit of a few words and a shoulder. I'm looking forwards to that. But I've got to reiterate again what you just said. Like, I love to see the way that
to get here has been a tough one. Once again, representing their region.
They
the region should be proud.
Tok on his own.
Speaking of regions, that EMEA one, they're looking pretty darn scary. There's a lot of storylines wrapped up in that next game on the lower side of the bracket. Right?
It's a competition.
SK Gaming have a
it's
score to
definitely a
settle.
tough thing when it's
3
versus 1 on the stage and
awful early on in last
year's
year's
World
massively
so. But SK there,
look, series where we're going to be frank here, not a ton to say about it
as well.
Very, very tough one for Reconic in general. Definitely getting pressure. The side lane pressure from whether it's Semantic or to get here has been a chaos in many of these maps. Once again, representing their region. I think the tone was set really early on there on Gold Arm Gulches. Speaking of regions, that EMEA one, they're looking pretty darn scary. There's a lot of storylines wrapped up in that next game on the lower side of the bracket, right? SK Gaming have a score to settle.
Open up the doors to a lot of potential counters. SK played that perfect.
Last year's
Brawl
World
again.
Finals.
Over in
series where we're going to be frank here, not a ton to say about it. Very, very tough one for Iconic in general. He's definitely getting pressure. The side lane pressure from whether it's Semantic or Chaos in many of these maps. A little bit too much to deal with. I think the tone was set really early on there on Gold Arm Golches. The Nani pick from Gear. Really hard to handle.
Like
I said before, they ran it down, as they say. Let's now run you guys down where our bracket currently stands. Tomorrow, we have some incredible quarter-finals. ZETA Division 1 versus Reply Totem. Inso coach for Reply Totem says the winner of that game should be world champion eventually. STMN versus Team Queso in that second match. And then we have Tribe Gaming, ZETA Division 0, who narrowly avoid elimination by Chazmac, make an incredible reverse sweep happen today. And then the big one, they ran it down, as they say. Let's now run you guys down the line where our bracket currently stands. Tomorrow, we have some incredible quarter-finals. ZETA Division 1 versus Reply Totem. Inso coach for Reply Totem says the winner of that game should be world champion eventually. STMN versus Team Queso in that second match. And then we have Tribe Gaming, ZETA Division 0, who narrowly avoid elimination by Chazmac, make an incredible reverse sweep happen today. And then the big one, Tribe Gaming, NA, SK Gaming. Let's check back in with our predictions because we definitely started the day a little bit so much history. We managed to make the right call yesterday. Not so this time.
That was the thorn in the side of SK.
Get the better of them here with that Tribe NA pick. But I mean, look, reads like this, both Tribe teams still looking very, very strong. They won't meet each other in the bracket until a little bit later on there. SK Gaming, we all kind of felt was definitely going to be the strong team. And I have to say, we're a little bit disappointed with what we saw from Navi. I think we hope for more from that roster.
We want to see
there are question marks about
in its fullest
the plays they used today as well. Check back in with our predictions getting you a little bit because we definitely started the day a little bit behind 10. He managed to make the right call early on in the series. Not so this time, unlucky 10. We're fans of that Navi. Get the better of here with that Tribe NA pick. But I mean, look, reads like this, both Tribe teams still looking very, very strong. They won't meet each other in the bracket until a little bit later on there. SK Gaming, we all kind of felt was definitely going to be the strong team. And I have to say, we're a little bit disappointed with what we saw from Navi. I think we hope for more from that roster. There are question marks about
the grand final is
the plays
surely going to be there
as
for
well,
a second year running.
MMA getting used a little bit less over the last couple of months here. He comes in and looks really shaky early on in the series. Starts to assert himself later on here, but
some of the drafts
fans of that Navi team, justifiably disappointed we don't get to see
no doubt about it. Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, that has been our round of 16. Tomorrow, the final day of this event, we inscribe one more chapter into the book of Brawl Stars Esports history. 4 quarterfinals, 2 semifinals, and our grand final, which is the best of 7, starting off at 2 p.m. CET. We hope to see you there. It's going to be the biggest day of the year. You'd be crazy to miss it. But for now, from myself, Uber, and Ark,
I'm sure they'll go back and watch
see you tomorrow.
And see that some of the drafts were just a little bit edgy at that early stage.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, that has been our round of 16. Tomorrow, the final day of this event, we inscribe one more chapter into the book of Brawl Stars Esports history. 4 quarterfinals, 2 semifinals, and our grand final, which is the best of 7, starting off at 2 p.m. CET. We hope to see you there. It's going to be the biggest day of the year. You'd be crazy to miss it. But for now, for myself, Uber, and Ark, good night. I'll see you tomorrow.